Welcome to Duty Reacts. This is where the carnage is at. It's all about rage, baits, and stats. Where there is fiction and fact. Here's who knows. I guess we'll see when I attack the react. This is React. This is React. There's no going back. I am here and that's that. So it's time to do a stream react.
Hello everyone. So, it has been a year since my first debate ever, and it was on Monday Debate. Let me just do something very quickly because I forgot to turn this off. That's bad. Now I can't hear myself. Right, yeah, so a year ago today, I did my first ever debate, and it was a flat versus globe debate, and it's where I met Vince. So I'm going to do, a year on, a review on my own debate. So I thought, fuck it, why not? Let's do it. So, yeah, it's me and Rick versus Vince and Brian. Now, I must admit, halfway through this debate, I got bored and I started trolling. You know how it is. If you have watched it, then we can watch it again and I can review it. This is live, so everyone in the chat, if you've got any questions for me, let me know. And I'll answer them for you. So, you know what? Let's get to it. Hello. Okay, so, like I said before, in the intro, this is me and Rick versus Vince and Brian. Now, before we do get started, I'm going to see if there is anyone in the chat. Oh, that's not going to happen. Dead Game, he's in the chat. So he did say that he was, he saw it on YouTube, but he's going to stay on Rumble. This is live on Rumble and YouTube. I think the link is in the description. So do go over there if you wish. So, yeah, this was my first ever debate. And I'm going to be real with you. I was very, very fucking nervous. Very nervous. My first ever debate. And it's about a topic that... It was about a topic that I only know a bit of. Now, the thing is, when I debate Flat Earth, I'm an observant sort of debater. So, things in the sky that can prove that we live on a globe, stuff like that, and pictures and evidence from the ISS and satellites and everything is everything, and it's still a topic. Flat Earth is still a topic. Let's see if we've got anyone else in chat. Now, normally when I do my DT Reacts, I do stream them live, but I don't interact with the chat. But this is a special occasion. It's 1 year on. I can't believe it. In fact, at this time I already completed the debate was already finished. I think we finished it around 8 PM my time, so about 3 hours ago. Let's have a look. Let's see who we got in the chat. If it loads. Signal's looking good. The Wi-Fi is good. So I think it's just Dead Game for now. I think others will come and join us, but that is absolutely fine. So without further ado, I'm going to get to it. We're going to come to the openings now. When it comes to the questions at the end, then I'm just going to, the actual first question was direct for me. So I'll play that question and then I will just, come back on this screen and say, bye-bye, cheerio, you know what I mean? And then I'll just... Let it good times roll. Yeah. Let it good times roll. Let it roll. No, I'm saying joking. Okay, let's get to it. You know, I like to fuck about. So let's press play. Where are we at? Let me know if you can hit. Oh, let me turn that on. That bad boy needs to be on. That needs to be up, and this needs to be played.
Hello everybody, welcome to Modern Day Debate. I'm your host Ryan. We're excited to get this one going. It's a flat versus globe. We got Brian, Leak, Vince, and Daniel, and Rick here on screen. They're going to be debating the topic tonight, or I should say this morning for me. So yeah, go ahead there.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate him calling me Daniel. The only people that call me Daniel is my sister and my girlfriend. Just putting it out there.
Ryan, you're going to start us out. You got 6 minutes on the floor, and it is all yours.
So Brian's up first.
Just you muted yourself on Zoom there.
Unmute.
There you
Should I
go.
mute?
There you're good. There you go. So
Right.
Brian is ready to start us out. So you got 6 minutes on the floor there, Brian. And from what I know, you're going to be doing a screen share.
I just want to say as well, I've only watched this once back, and it was literally a couple of days after I had done this debate. So I haven't watched this in, okay, let's just say a year. I haven't watched this in a year. So it's going to be fresh. So, yeah, you know.
So if you want to get that up and running, we'll...
Yep. I went a little bit over. My teammate was gracious enough to give me a minute of his. So hopefully, it ends the debate before it even starts. We'll see.
A1. All right, I'll start up your timer here once you get your proper
So let's
screen up.
listen to
and
what Brian's got to say.
ready to go.
All right. Am I sharing?
You sure are sharing, and I'll just remind
All
our
right.
audience, once again, hit that like and subscribe button, boost
Brian
us up
has
in the algorithm, and Brian's
funniest
going to get us started.
fucking
Thanks, Brian.
evidence ever. You'll love it.
The video's on mute, Brian, if you want us to hear that playback.
All right. Let me hold on. Let me unmute.
Yeah. Just on the bottom left of your video there, if you want us to be able to hear it.
Bottom left. Okay. Right there. Got it. Thank you, man.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
All right, we'll start over. No worries. And we're still not getting audio playback, not through our Zoom chat.
Is that right?
Not the audio playback. So let's end the screen share.
Maybe I have to Zoom.
Yeah, I remember this bit. Him fucking around with whatever he was doing with the nonsense he was about to fucking, you know. Yeah. I see Dead Game is still with us. He's still in the chat. So if you've got any questions, mate, I won't be able to get to all of them if there's a lot. But I can read some out. But if you've got any questions for me, I can always stop halfway and answer your question for you. Don't go too bad with questions because I want to get through this video, you know. Yeah, I remember this bit. It just took so fucking long. But let's go.
So try, I'm going to stop the screen share
I mean,
right
maybe I have
quick.
to-
So when you go to
Okay.
share, hit the little green icon to do the share, and it'll say at the top, share audio as well, and then just flick that over. Sorry, I should have covered this, everybody, before we started. You know how things can be. But let's see here. Don't mind me, everybody. Somebody in the live chat's going to make notice of this. I was at a fantasy ball last night. Can't help it. Can't stop it. I can't stop rocking. We're just going to get
Got it.
Brian's screen share back up with his audio.
All right. We should be good now. Sorry about that, man.
No worries. Things happen. And once again, just gives us a chance to remind our audience how YouTube works. You have to subscribe and like, especially while it's live, for us to boost it on up. So whenever
How
you're ready,
YouTube
Brian, we'll
works.
get that screen share up.
Oh. How YouTube works. Oh, we must monetize. Fuck. I love you, YouTube. Right, let's go. Come on.
Yes, no. We're having trouble getting it up tonight.
Come on. Yeah.
It
Oh,
happens
yeah.
to the best of us.
Also, I remember in this debate as well, the corny fucking, what's all that up there? Okay, anyway, all the corny fucking innuendos that was happening all the way through this fucking thing is hilarious. It's good.
And we never claim to be anything but mediocre. No, I'm kidding.
Tell me when you're ready.
We're ready whenever you are, Brian. As soon as just hit the screen share and we'll get rolling.
Come
Oh,
on,
I gotta
Brian.
hit screen share. Hold on. I
Yep.
thought I did that. I'll redo it.
Yeah,
Hurry
you
up.
got to share with the audio if you want our audience to hear.
Yeah, I thought I did. Sorry.
Flurfs can't tech. I know Dead Game in the chat. He's a fluff. He's a flat earther. I like Dead Game. He's a big supporter of mine. So much love to you.
No
Call
worries.
me. Okay. So share with audio, share,
Perfect. Should do it.
and
There we go. All right. Oh, we don't need to transition their screen there. All right. whenever
Getting
you're ready.
bored.
For anybody new, you're probably wondering, why don't they just show a picture from space and put this to bed? Well, in all these debates, here's why they never, ever show a picture of the Earth from space. That would put this debate to bed, though, right? It's because all they have is cartoons.
We got pictures. We do. 1972 blue marble captured by a Hasselblad camera, and it was on its way to on its way to the moon. It was taken, and it was actually taken upside down. As you know, as you took the picture, the Earth was sort of, if you think, upside down, and Antarctica was on the top. So the only thing that was sort of changed in that picture is that they flipped it. That's it. There's loads of evidence from space, but let's hear it.
Tell us the Himawari or the GOES, and you find out they're giving us strip data. Well, they're 22,000 miles up. Why are we getting strip data? So let's go to their website and see what we get. It says the underlying land image is from the NASA Blue Marble Next Generation data set. And it says when using this base map, please credit the Earth Observatory team. So you find out it's just a bunch of data added onto a base map. And then you look up, who's the Earth Observatory team? And you find out it's a whole collection of people, teams of people, including Robert Simmons. So this, folks, is what started.
Yeah, look, it's fucking boring, isn't it? But I'm doing a review on it. I'm just not going to do the question except for the first one. But if you watch me, right, I'm so fucking bored. I was actually messaging Hannah. Me and Hannah were messaging each other because I know it feels rude because I wasn't listening to his conversation, no, his evidence. Sorry, I was listening, but I was also messaging as well. I couldn't fucking bear it.
Most of us on our journey in the first place. But don't take it from me. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
In 2002, Blue Marble 2.0, NASA's Rob Simmons made this. Simmons' job is...
It's primarily taking data and making pictures out of it.
That's what this is. A composite of datasets from several different instruments translated into a picture.
Up until that point, there was no realistic color map of the globe anywhere. There's a small problem with it because there's a very slight gap in between each orbit.
So some of those are painted on. Then
There was another layer to sort of simulate the atmosphere.
And then there's this little bright spot.
It's called the specular highlight. So it's the reflection of sunlight off of water.
Those are the pieces, but you can't just slap them all together.
It just didn't look realistic. It looks kind of flat, or the clouds are sort of too see-through. So I just hit Command Z a lot.
There's artistry to creating the world.
What I imagine it to be. Unfortunately, I'm not an astronaut. I've never been to space. It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
I had to cut that short, but you get the picture. And here's the supercomputer that puts all the data together. So the picture you think is a live picture every 15 minutes, here's what it is in reality, folks.
I'm bored.
This is a globe debunker on steroids done by Dr. John D. at Rampion Offshore Wind Turbine.
Oh, here we go.
He's at an observer height of
Let's see how
3.5
much
feet, putting the
refraction
supposed horizon
there
at
will be in this picture.
2.29 miles. He showed
Sorry. Let's see how much refraction would be in this picture. Maybe, like I said, I haven't watched it in a year. I don't remember most of this. All I do know is that his evidence during the debate was fucking crazy. You wait till you see the fucking the suns, whether it fire fucking crackers, and then his fucking opening was so fucking.
his location in his videos, so check him out on YouTube. But the first wind turbine is I-01 at 13.83 kilometers, and the farthest turbine is O-07 at 18.58 kilometers. The turbines by themselves debunk the globe model, but the killer is the land behind the turbines.
Oh,
Now, since Dr. John D showed his location, and since the wind farms are so easy to find on Google Earth, we can plot out our position, and the best case scenario for a globe is Le Havre at 149 kilometers at 110 meters elevation. It could very well be Saint-Aubin at 231 kilometers at an elevation of 330 meters. We'll give the globe the benefit and go with Le Havre, and the highest point on Le Havre should be hidden by just a couple hundred feet less than a mile. and there's no other land that could be to help the globe. So we could stack an Eiffel Tower and an Empire State Building on La Havre and still have half a mile hidden. So let that sink in.
Oh God.
Should be pretty easy proving the globe using the horizon at extreme altitudes. This is the Felix Baumgartner jump, and this is the location. And first I'm going to show you that the capsule is stable. You see very minimal movement there when he leans to the front. There it is hanging from the crane, and when it lets go, you'll see again minimal movement. So if we live on a...
There's one thing, right? Okay. Think about the Felix Baumgartner jump. The fact that they try and claim that it was fisheye lens that you saw, but they never ever question where the fuck he is. Space.
globe, the horizon will drop as we rise in altitude.
Ain't that funny? Huh? All they care about is the fisheye lens that makes the globe look like that, but they never mention anything else.
So here's Felix entering the capsule, and what we're going to do is we're going to mark the horizon from this same camera at ground level. So we're going to take a closer look. We get a glimpse of the horizon there.
Yep.
We mark it with a line,
Mm-hmm.
and we get a couple more glimpses of the horizon. Looking carefully, the globe Earth predicts between 6.5 and 7 degree drop of the horizon. What we'll do is we'll mark the line at ground level again and just leave it on the screen. And let's see how much it drops when he opens the door. So if we live on a globe, the horizon should be about right here. So that bottom line represents an approximate globe Earth horizon. Let's find out if reality matches globe Earth predictions.
Feels like they're cherry picking or...
So the horizon rises to an unaided, unzoomed eye level on a good clear day. So for the naysayers, I'll line the two horizons up and you see the same handle, same camera. They're damn near identical.
This is what I'm talking about. I can't believe we're 21 minutes in and we've only done... Well, I did my intro, I guess. We've done 10 minutes of this. Well, no, it's been less than that because I skipped on a bit. Look at it. Look. He's going on about a fucking line, right? But he's not going on about where he is. Where is he? Because he's broken the law of second thermodynamics. It's broken the second law of thermodynamics. Because he's hit the boundary or the container. Where the fuck is he? Where is he? He's in space, right? Maybe he's in low Earth orbit, or maybe, but they
So here's
never
a
argue
random
it.
globe debunking observation.
Oh, and then straight fucking to boats. You see that? All they care about is a line. They never address where the fucking astronaut is, where Felix Baumgartner is. They never address it. It's all, look at the line. Look how flat it is. But where is he, Brian? Oh no, I won't answer that. I'll go straight to fucking boats.
But the point in this is to show
Boats is a killer, by the way, when it goes over the curve. Have you heard the excuses from the flat earthers from the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord server? I'm going to find it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go back and try and find it, and then I'll clip it and put it on Discord. It's going to take me a while to find it, but I'll try and get around to it.
that the horizon is just a point to infinity. It's just a convergence point.
The horizon is a point to infinity. The vanishing point? No. What? Oh, no. I need to hear that again.
So the horizon
Sorry,
rises
guys. I
to
need
an
to hear that again.
unaided, unzoomed eye level on a good clear day.
Yeah. Where
So
is
for
he?
the
though? Where is he?
naysayers, I'll line the two horizons up, and
Yeah.
you see the same handle.
You're not going to say
same
where he
camera.
is.
They're damn near identical. So here's a random globe debunking observation. But the point in this
Now, thing is, if the Earth is flat, then why is there an horizon? Why is there a horizon? I said this in my review on the mockumentary. Why is there? Why is there an horizon on there? Because if it was flat, it would just go out and out and out until it went to a vanishing point. There wouldn't be a crisp line.
To show that the
Don't get it.
horizon is just a point to infinity. It's just a convergence point. It's not Earth curve.
It's a convergence point. Look at the line going across. Yeah. Look at it. Look at the line up there. It's going straight across. Why is that not going out and out and out and out until we can't see further? That's not how it works. It's just not.
Screens the horizon. We've spoiled Globers. They think we have P1000s for eyeballs. But see, there's a horizon at 200 feet with half a millimeter of curve. You think that's Earth curve? There's a horizon at 150 feet. Or here's one at 50 feet. And Ruhif asked us what our prediction was on a flat Earth. There is no way to accurately predict it, Ruhif. Here's a time lapse. I've marked the 3 spots at the beginning of this time lapse, and you see
All right.
that it's
Well,
all over the place.
That's distortion and tides. Well, possibly tides, but that's distortion.
So it would be dishonest of me to capture one moment in time and act like I'm
Everything that you say is very dishonest. Just put it out there.
making predictions to match a model. But if you look at what's going on here, I marked the horizon in the beginning, and by the end of it, the top of the mountain is where the horizon started off. So that's reality, folks. There's reality right there on screen. On a good, clear day with no miraging, there is no obstruction. Things just fade off into the atmosphere, or they shrink too small to see. So when you're on your way to do the observations, and it's a good, nice, crystal clear atmosphere, you're just praying for no inferior mirage, because you know you're going to see forever. And this is opposite to the globe. They say on a crystal clear day where you see further, that's the day with refraction going on.
Now we've got the black swan. I really hope he shows both pictures, but he won't. I don't think he will show the picture with no refraction, where I think it's Hill House at the back, or Habitat. I think Hill House is at the back, where it's over the curve. But then when there's serious refraction on the day that this picture or video was taken, the refraction was, it's like bends.
So it's just backwards to reality. Now here's a paper published in the American Journal of Physics saying that at a couple miles altitude,
It is that.
you cannot gauge the distance of the horizon with any kind of accuracy, even on extraordinary clear days. But Wolfie and McToon will show you days like this and act like they're proving something.
1 minute.
Look how murky it is. But look, here's downtown Los Angeles. There's nothing behind it, right? Until you pull out an infrared, and
It's a big loss.
then
Hold on.
turns out there's an entire mountain behind it.
I've got the theodolite set to basically
Is he
straight out
fucking
level
kidding me?
above the water, and out there,
Just FYI.
There.
Oh, just FYI. Mine was the best presentation. It's coming up. I'm last.
is the New Dungeness Lighthouse, and it's entirely above eye level. It hardly even looks distorted. All that land, everything appears above eye level. So I've got this theodolite set straight and level, and that ship is above eye level. See, I've got the theodolite set to straight and level well within 3 arc seconds. Not only is the horizon above eye level, the ship is actually appearing
What the fuck is he going on
above eye
about?
level. I have my theodolite set up here, and I'm measuring the angle to the surface of the water. So I can put my crosshairs right at the top of the water. And look at that, it's 3 to 4 arc minutes above eye level.
Shout out to Jesse Gordon. These are his theodolite observations, so they're not guesses. But this shows that what is guesses is the globe Earth predictions. For one, it shows that the horizon and objects in the distance move around. Number two, with the colder, denser air above, the light should refract up, according to the globe, making things appear lower. But everything is appearing above eye level. That's opposite to the globe prediction.
This is
And last
complete
but
nonsense.
not least, the bottom image, the day everything's refracted up, including the horizon itself, is where we see blockage. So they say that we see objects beyond Earth curve due to refraction because everything's being lifted up. But that's where we're getting the obstruction, where the horizon itself
Can I fast forward
above
this?
eye level. And it's the same thing with the boat here. This-
Honestly, his presentation is better than the evidence he gives on the fucking debate. Honestly. Wait till you see the fucking firecracker and stars fucking thing. Oh, it's hilarious. I was very confused. Just watch my face.
Wasn't through a theodolite, they'd say that Earth curve's blocking the bottom of the ship, but we know the horizon is above eye level. So why is the bottom of the ship apparently missing? This doesn't match globe Earth predictions.
Just to jump in right quick, Brian, before the video. Oh, it is over. I was going to say, you are quite over time. I did want to let you wrap it up there.
Thank you. Oh, look, there I am. Look, I didn't notice
but,
I was in the little thing. That
you still have
there.
4 minutes on the floor. If you want to take your full 6 minutes,
Oh,
though,
fucking
there,
celebo
Vince, I'll have
Oh, sorry. Little fucking celebrity me. Being in the thumbnail. Anyway, so
give it to the other side, so it's up to you. I'm going to set the timer.
No.
Flatsoid just popped up with a bullshit link. Oh my god, man. Flatsoid out of all fucking people. Oh, please give me a wall to bang my head against.
No worries. Well, thank you so much, Brian, for your introductory
Who's
statement.
next?
We do appreciate it. Welcome,
Vince?
everybody, to Modern Day Debate. Once again, we are a neutral debate platform hosting debates on science, politics, religion. We hope you feel welcome. We do super chats at the end, so if you see somebody on screen and you think, man, I want to grill that guy right now, get into a super chat, and I'll grill them for you at the end, all right? So Vince Master Composer is here and going to get 6 minutes on the floor. Up to 6 minutes is up to you, and like I said, that will extend your opponent's time, but that's all the fun of Modern Day Debate. So Vincent, whenever you're ready, we'll start the timer.
Yeah, this is where I met Vince. I met Vince after the debate. We had a good old chat and invited me to come over to his Rumble to be a guest. And then, you know, not long after that, I started my own platform. If it weren't for Vince, and I know I keep saying this, honestly, if it weren't for Vince, I wouldn't be here right now. So I have Vince to thank for a lot. You know, we haven't, you know, it's not on bad terms or anything. Me and Vince are still cool, but he just went to another direction and started doing podcasts with his with the other people that do podcasts. Fucking insane. Anyway, he's moved on. Okay, let's listen to what Vince has got to say. Honestly, I can't remember much of this debate. Only like little bits.
Yeah, thank
Vince.
you, Ryan. I'll keep it short. I just want to say it's nice to be back. I was here 4 years ago, 5 years ago, debating with T-Jump and Godless Girl, and I don't know where she is at. But anyways, nice to be back. And now I'm talking about Flat Earth. And to me, it's really simple.
Yeah, so Dead Game says, this was the last appearance of the Jester hat. Yeah, I know, right? It was. Or did he wear it when I was doing the appearances with him on his channel? Possibly. Yeah, he doesn't wear the hat anymore. Do you know what, actually? I said to him that the hat should go, and he did. So I'm the reason why he doesn't wear the hat anymore. Yeah.
I think the governments of the world, they're pushing towards electronic enslavement of the whole human race, and they need the whole human race to agree on their own enslavement, and they're gonna do that under the guise of climate sham. So they're gonna make us believe we're living on a ball, and this ball is endangered, and we need to do some radical stuff to stop it. And we need to go from, fossil fuels and this and that to electronic. Everything's going to be electronic, because when everything is electronic, it can be controlled. And once that system is established, we're all enslaved. So I think they're doing that. And for that, they need you to believe in a globe, Earth, as opposed to a flat plane with even more land resources, God knows what else. But everybody knows, even Globers knows, that the government lies. And NASA is created by...
Yes, I know. Governments lie. I get it. Governments lie. They lie about policies. They lie about agendas. They lie about promises. We get it. Our Labour Party here in the UK got elected by lying, promising us the whole fucking world, and then only gave us fucking Pluto. Gave us a small amount of what he promised. Governments lie. Yes, they do. But why would they lie about the fucking shape of the Earth? Why? What do they gain out of it? There's no fucking. It just winds me up. It fucking winds me up. Come on, Vince, do better, mate. I love you, but do better.
The government. So need I say more? Really, I should not. But I think Globies, they are under a mass hypnosis. They are under this spell. They believe in things that their senses cannot really confirm back to them. So they believe in these scientist priests with their wizard words. They like to be fancy with their wizard words and all that.
Honestly, if you can see now on my picture, right over here, over there, right, I've got a pen in my hand. Now I was writing down the key points that he was talking about. So the government this, and we're being lied to that, and the globe this, and I was literally just writing down all the little bits so I could come back to it in the debate if he wants to ever contradict himself. Because I love it when people claim stack. Because when people claim stack, I'm there. I'll write it down, and then I'll be like, oh, hold on, he said this earlier, but now he's, I'll pick it up. Right, yeah.
But yeah, I don't believe, my intuition tells me we're living on a flat plane, and I also believe this is a virtual reality simulation, and those are built upon
Watch in a minute. I think I'll write something down in a minute. Watch.
planes. There's a reason I think it's called Planet with a T. It's a plane. I believe it's a plane. I also want to say this to everybody that says, this would mean that all of the countries of the world are in on it. Well, need I say anything more than
They're not.
Sniffles 19 from 2020?
They're not in on it. There's no one's in on it. It's a globe. We've got fucking evidence. That literally just, oh my God. The problem is that you're denying it. And you're hand waving the fucking evidence. There is no evidence on your side, actually, and that's a bull claim to address that the governments are in on it. There's no evidence to it. Literally, they couldn't give a fuck about the shape. Do you think they got time to worry about what shape this fucking planet is when their countries are in the shit? No.
He showed me that pretty much the whole world applied the same kind of system, laws, or whatever you want to call it, towards Sniffles 19. So that to me proved that, yeah, all of the countries in the world can be in cahoots when it comes to big things. And I think the globe is one of them. Another thing that is pretty odd is that, in YouTube, when you talk about Flat Earth, or when you talk about Sniffles 19, or the election of 2020, being what? Biden. I don't even know if I can say it. So, but once you talk about those subjects, you get this little banner on which says this is not true, blah 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 blah. And me being the skeptical I know the Sniffles 19 was a lot of BS. I know the election of 2020 was, what?
Yeah.
And if they're gonna apply that banner on Flat Earth, then I'm gonna just connect the dots and say Flat Earth probably right. Flat Earth is probably right as well. So I think that's very, very, very weird.
Oh my God.
Also, how much is it left? 2 minutes.
Yeah, you still have 2 minutes.
Yeah, I just want to say.
Do you know what the funny thing was? When I was doing my thingy, my intro, I wasn't even looking at the time. I didn't even know the fucking time was there. And it uses the same lecture countdown app that I've got. Can you see at the start of my stream when I did the countdown? Yeah, same one. Just saying.
I also think it's very weird that it seems like the Globies, they are the ones that are more desperate to try to disprove Flat Earth than vice versa.
No.
Flat Earth is...
What we're desperate in, if you haven't been to the 24 hours, 24/7 fucking Flat Earth Discord server, what we are desperate is to have a debate and a conversation, a nice conversation, without getting muted and absolute fucking, you know, people's blood pressure going up and shit. Is debating them, especially on that platform, is impossible. They talk over you, they gang up on you, they attack you, insult you, and they mute you. That is, honestly, I've been there 5 times, and it was shit. Well, the first 3 times they did actually have an amicable conversation with me, but still they wouldn't listen to reason.
Can have questions and they want to discuss it with Globers, but I feel it's very weird that the scientists do not create a debate with the top flat earthers to crush this argument once and for all.
Do you know why? Because they've spent most of their professional life in their careers as physicists, scientists, or whatever, and they get paid for it, and they put a lot of their own time learning about physics and everything, or whatever field they are in science. They, especially when it comes to, you know, if you are a physicist, why would they want to waste their time on absolute fucking nonsense? It's time wasting. These guys have got a job to do. They get paid. They ain't got time to sit around and speak to fucking flat earthers. That's what fucking Craig's for. And Mechtoon, as he likes to call it. You know, Simon Dan. Simon Dan doesn't really debate. But MC2, Fight the Flat Earth, Craig McNeil, there's Conspiracy Cats. There's loads of them out there that would debate. But debating flat earthers is fucking impossible.
Yeah, on a national level, on TV, internet, wherever, squash this, but they don't dare. And why would you not dare if you sit on the truth? I just think that's weird. But yeah, we can leave it there.
Look at my face. Fucking hell. A year ago, honestly, I zoned out, I think, at this point, and I'm now confused to what the fuck is this not evidence. This is not evidence to support the flat earth. This is just conspiracies, governments lying, conspiracies. We're in a simulation. Maybe the earth is not real. Maybe we are fucking AI or fucking robots. This is what his argument was. I mean, I love Vince to bits, but this is what his argument was. And I was just like, where's the fucking flat earth evidence? No, Brian never gave flat earth evidence. Rick, on his intro, is very good. I think he spoke about Antarctica, but we'll come to it after.
No worries.
Oh,
All right, well,
come
thank
to
you
it
to
now
both of
then.
our speakers, Brian and Vincent, for doing the intro for the flat side. We're going to kick it over.
Intro for what? Intro for chatting shit and confusing people, and there was no evidence in their thingy. In my introduction, I show evidence, which is good.
To the globe side, let me just reset my timer.
I go
which
last,
I should
by the
have done
way.
halfway through. I
Because
just
I'm
You won't
British.
need it for me.
no worries. So I will, in the interest of fairness, I'll give you up to 7 minutes each. So yeah, Rick is going to go first. So thank you so much for coming on out, Rick. I see you in the live chat all the time. It's time to debate, right? So we're glad you're here. And yeah, I'm going to set 7 minutes on the floor, and you just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I think he talks about
Alright.
Antarctica.
Whenever you are.
8 or 9 years ago, I ran across several flat Earth videos. I tried to talk to the people in the comments, but within about 30 minutes, I understood the flat Earth wasn't interested in facts. So I moved on. About a year or so later, I ran across flat Earth again. I tried to get on a few debates. I started making jokes in the side chats and eventually made a channel. I ran a channel for about 8 months, maybe a year. I did a little arguing, but I mostly let others on the channel do the arguments. I knew it was nonsense. I did 8-hour streams back when we had Hangouts. Eventually, I tired of hearing the same thing over and over. Then an amazing thing happened. Flat Earth was proven wrong on a YouTube channel. I will explain how later. Regardless, it was so obvious, I no longer care to entertain the debate.
Yeah.
Tonight, I will present evidence. I know it won't be accepted. What I will do is end this debate for those asking to see the Earth's curvature.
It won't be accepted.
Your only possible reply will be 1, you don't believe it, or 2, it's fake. This will be the only comebacks. Not one single time will my evidence be proven wrong. At this point, I have heard all the arguments from Flat Earth. I no longer respond to insane arguments by responding with facts, evidence. Too many times these answers have been given to these Flat Earthers already. I see no point in arguing facts that have been explained thousands of times. What I will do is not argue perspective, not argue planes tipping, not argue how far you can see. I hope that my partner does this because
And you know what? He mentions, and hold on.
I have no interest in doing something over and over and expecting a different result.
Yeah. So he mentioned how he doesn't deal with how you can see too far, and what was the other one? Perspective, and the other thing that he mentioned. Now, he emailed me literally a couple of hours before the debate started, and he listed out all the things that he would like us to talk about, right? But then he also gave me a little list of what to mention, which was a bit odd, which was fine. But I never got to the list because there was so much chat going on. I couldn't actually put it in there, but I don't think he mind. Like, you know, he was a good sport about it. But he messaged me, and I would not deal with this. He was very blunt, and he was very, you know, and he doesn't in the debate. His patience is fucking run out. Let's put it that way.
That's the definition of insanity. I want to share my screen right now. If I can get it to work this time. Oh, it won't work again.
No worries. Hopefully we can get it up this time, everybody.
Hey,
Smash
there
that
you
like
go.
button if you haven't, guys. We appreciate it.
This happens a lot in the debate, by the way. All these innuendos. It's yeah.
Share a window. That one.
My camera quality was shit.
All right, you're up and
I'll
running.
use my laptop.
Is it working?
Yes, we can see
Okay.
your screen.
Okay. This is the Antarctic Cup race. It is a
Antarctica.
race around Antarctica. It's a motorless yachts, and I believe the record time is around 100 days. Each boat must go through gates below the tip of Australia, South America, and Africa. I only post this to gauge the willingness to accept information that requires logic and the honesty in answering how this race is possible on a flat Earth. Lastly, I am well aware there is no possible way to sway a flat earther using evidence. Normally, a poll is presented on here, usually with the choices of globe, flat, or loaf of bread. Since I know flat earthers will never change from flat to globe, and my only goal today is to have the final poll numbers where a loaf of bread beats the flat earth, thus showing how insane a flat earth belief is. Oh, one last thing. I'm keeping a little chart, and I've done it on the flat earthers entries, which one globe, which one flat, and which one loaf of bread. And so far, globe has 1, flat has 0, and bread has 2.
All right.
made
Well,
a
thank
little
you so
game out
much,
of it.
Rick, and thanks for paying attention to the polls I put up.
All right, so basically his evidence was, right, the Antarctica race that happens every year. And his argument is, sorry, I'm still a bit bunged up. Right, I've had this illness now. It's coming down. I've had this illness now for about 2 weeks. It's fucking horrendous. And so I keep muting myself to bloody sort myself out. So his argument is that the boat race that happens every year, okay, and the boat race is a thing. And some flat earthers actually confirm this. So you can't have a bunch of flat earthers say yes and say no. Which one is it? Where on the globe side, everyone in the world, everyone around the globe says that this happens, and it does. Because, you know. So his argument is that the boat race goes around Antarctica, okay? But Antarctica is on their right. and it goes round. So it's on their right, and it sort of goes round that way, which it couldn't do if it was sort of an ice ring. If it was an ice ring, it would have to go the other way round and then do a massive loop. Where this one, is that's his evidence. And you know what, right? Even that's good evidence, because flat earthers know that the race is a thing, and flat earthers know that the boats have Antarctica on their right, and they sail round to the right, and they go to a circle that way and not the other way. So, Brian, well done. You were only on there for about fucking 2 minutes or something like that, and you fucking gave best evidence so far. Right, I'm up next. So, yeah. Okay. Because I'm going to just clear this up now. I've watched Vince debate Craig McNeil, FTFE. And at the start of my induction, I said, yeah, he's a bit nuts and everything. But I didn't know him well enough at the time to sort of really insult him. I wasn't there to insult him. I was just there to have fun and just have a laugh, So if you're watching in the chat, you'll know what I mean. I don't mean it.
It's actually that was actually a joke that a friend of mine had made when I told him I was hosting a flat versus globe debate. And he's like, "Why are you even debating this? The Earth is a loaf of bread." And I was like, "I'm keeping that." All right, so we're gonna hand the floor over. Thank you so much, Rick, for your introductory statement. We'll reset the clock. You got up to 7 minutes. Thanks for coming on out, Danny, and the floor is all yours.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen.
We're ready when you are.
Yeah. Mine's a presentation. It's pretty good. I was impressed
tell me
with
if you can see it.
And if you want to know another thing as well, honestly, I finished this presentation with literally within an hour to go. I literally finished it because I was working a lot. I kept coming back towards and back and forth at it and changing it up all the time. Literally, less than 30 minutes to go for the debate, and I just finished it.
Not yet. There it is. All right, that's your presentation. So, yeah, ready when you are.
Okay. My presentation is just going to be simple. I mean, what was his name? FE Test went on about curvature a lot. Why? But then I'm sure I'll have something for him for that. He just goes on about curvature all the time. And Vince, wow, conspiracy nut job. But I've seen him in a few debates. He's all right, but he's too clued up with the conspiracies. Okay, so
gentle. It was gentle.
Okay, so as we're aware, we're here to talk about whether the Earth is flat or a globe, and of course, it's a globe. We have evidence showing that we live on a globe, following the scientific method. Observe, make observations. Can I move this out of the way? Oh, I can move it. That's good. Ask questions, formulate questions based on your observations. Form a hypothesis. Propose a possible answer to your question based on your observations, existing theories, and other information. Make a prediction. Use your hypotheses to make a prediction. Test your hypotheses. Conduct an experiment and make more observations to test your hypothesis. Analyze your results. Use scientific procedures to analyze your data and determine the results of your experiment. You draw a conclusion. Decide whether your evidence supports or rejects your hypothesis. And share your findings with others.
That's it.
This is what we live on. This is the 1972 Blue Marble. And I know they're going to get all shitty about it, but it's reality and they need to go over it. And we all know, because the evidence shows us it's a globe every time. There's no such thing as a scientific proof. I just want to make that clear. Gas pressure without a container. Now, this is something that the fluffs always go on about. So here, I'm going to show you a video. It's sped up a bit, but it's a gas pressure without a container. And even in denial is something that they can't get out of. This is a great example to their claim that gas goes in all direction, and it doesn't. There's no container. They say that a container is a closed system. That is not a closed system.
It's not.
Obstruction behind the curve, my favorite. Now, FE
Boats,
Test is going to love
buildings.
this one. Right. This picture is quite self-explanatory. We have 3 boats. The Panther at the front, you can see, is not behind the curve. The Yellowstone is slightly obstructed behind the curve. And the Spirit, well, should I say any more? Unless they're drowning. There is nothing to do with perspective. And no, you can't bring a boat back into full view once you have zoomed it back in. Absolutely preposterous. Okay, this
My
is an
favourite.
observation from Res Rhetoric, a YouTuber. He was in Florida, Tampa Bay. This shot was 24 miles away, and a lot of obstruction behind the horizon. Sorry, this is the blink test. Now, if this isn't buildings behind the horizon, then these poor fuckers are drowning, like I said before. This man knows.
I love Jaren.
Day and
I love
night.
Jaren. Day and
This
night.
doesn't work as the sun would never set, and they would use their favorite word perspective, but the sun clearly sets over the horizon. In order for this to be true, the sun would have to actually be a spotlight. However, the sun is sphered, so the light would cover their whole pancake world.
Yep. I've got the arrows. Look, love it. No, I fucked up.
Also, tell me why people in Brazil, South Africa, and Saudi Arabia, if you don't know where they are on the map, are looking at the moon and see completely different sides when we all know the moon is tidally locked.
Yeah.
Another example of how day and night on a frisbee wouldn't work. How can the light spread out, but just stop right here? But can't spread out there. Must be magic. This works perfectly on our model. As you can see here, it's quite self-explanatory. I don't need to say no more. There's always a part of the Earth in day, and there's always a part of the Earth in night.
Yeah.
That's
Seasons.
Right. Seasons. I'm very confused about seasons. I don't get where. I really don't get this. But seasons only work on a flat Earth. I don't think so. They claim the sun moves from the tropics and the equator, yet the flat earther has no explanation of how the sun is moving around the dinner plate. And I want an answer for that tonight.
Yeah. So I've actually asked this question to the flat earthers in their Discord. They claim that the sun is moving, but it's more of a claim, but they don't claim it as a claim. They just know that the sun is moving, but they won't give evidence to why or how it is even moving, what powers it, what's making it move. They got nothing. But they also say that it moves from tropic to tropic to give seasons. But there's another good thing that I didn't mention is that on the equator, the sun is always overhead. But then if you look on the orange line, it's not actually sort of through the middle of Africa, through the equator. It's actually on top of Africa. So explain that. Anyway, I'm still waiting for an answer for that.
Again, explains perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it is in reality.
Yep.
Star rotations, a big killer for flat Earth. So the star rotations in the northern hemisphere rotate anti-clockwise. And the stars in the southern hemisphere rotate clockwise. Okay, so please tell me why why people in Chile, South Africa, and Australia are looking at completely different directions but can see the same stars. When on a globe, they all face the Southern Cross. And again, this is what we observe.
On the equator.
Star charts.
20 seconds.
That's on the equator.
Okay, I'm nearly there. Okay, Antarctica is a big blow for them. It's actually a touchy subject for the Flirts, knowing that the pastor, Will Duffy, has agreed to cover costs for 2 Flirts and a Globie, although others are attending the 24-hour sun. We all know the 24-hour sun in Antarctica is impossible, also admitted by Papa Flirts like Oakley and Durf.
That is time.
Okay.
So I was about to show how the 24-hour sun in Antarctica on both models work. Now, if you look on the screen right now, okay, with the tilt of the Earth, Antarctica is now exposed to the sun. And as the Earth rotates, that's why it looks like the sun is sort of doing this when it's going round, because of the rotation of where they are. So they could be on the tip of Antarctica, and then the tip will be on the other side, which makes the sun go lower. Are you getting this? But then on the pancake world, it just doesn't work. It fucking don't work. Anyway, it's debate time now. Coming up.
No worries. Hopefully you got to the end, or as close to the end as we're going to
nearly got to the end.
Start here. Sorry.
Yeah, I had that one and then another one. I was done. Yeah.
It's all good. We can certainly get into it in our back and forth. So
Absolutely.
Thank you to all of our speakers for doing their introductory statements. We're going to get right into that open discussion. I want to remind everybody in our live chat that we are going to ask your questions. So once again, if you want to...
I do remember one thing. So when it kicks off, Brian starts off, and he's showing these. I think it's now. He's showing these fireworks going off. And then I just randomly go, how? I don't know why I randomly said how. But it's a good start for me so far. And in all fairness, the debate's going to start now. I did most of the talking for the Globe side. Rick, he done his fair share and everything, but I did most of the talking. I was basically the captain of the team. And I was carrying both of us. But, Rick was amazing. We carried on messaging after that, and now we're out of touch now. I might message him back actually, and send him a link to this stream once I'm done. But Rick did well. I mean, Rick was just talking about the Antarctica. His whole argument was Antarctica, but they never addressed it. That's what's sad, really. All right, let's see what we got.
One of your speakers, you can put in a super chat and I will ask it at the end, and we'll get some of your input as well. I do also want to remind our audience, if you're listening...
Well, let me just do something actually. Is this HD? I just want to check if it's in HD. Oh, it is. Okay.
On Podcast Forum that yes, all of these debates are uploaded to our podcast within 24 hours. However, if you are listening on podcast right now, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch these debates live. And
yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Monday Debate, do so. They're a good platform, and if you want to get yourself involved, just email them. James is a very busy man, so I would get an email every other 4 days, 5 days. It was a fucking nightmare, and yeah, but we got there in the end. We did have an original date, which was the 19th of November, but I couldn't make it because of work, and then we all agreed on the 24th of November today, and we agreed for 5 p.m. my time. Because, and that would have been 4 p.m. That would have been 6 p.m. for Vince, and then early for the Americans. So it worked out. But on the 19th of November, it was at 11 p.m. at night or something like that. I can't remember was it 2 a.m. or something? I can't remember. But it was one of those. I think it was 2 a.m. actually.
People ask these questions to
Let's
the
go.
wonderful people on screen. So with that out of the way, I'm going to hand it back to Team Flat
Go on,
to
Brian.
respond to some of what they just heard. And
This is when I go,
feel free
how?
to jump in globe side once we
It's so
we start
embarrassing.
unpacking. So whatever you
Boy,
want.
that was a bunch of surface level like I'm going back to FE 101. If that's as far as you look, then yeah, sure, just hold on to your beliefs. You know, that's ridiculous. My partner had some good arguments, but if I
No, he
if I can
didn't.
share my screen real quick, I'll put
Vince, bless you, mate. You just had conspiracies, man. Anyway,
3/4 of their arguments to bed with just one little thing.
All
You
right.
know, that's it.
Screen share when you're ready.
I'm gonna share without sound because I just want to show something real quick.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, not quite popping up right yet. I'm gonna do more housekeeping. No,
Loading,
it'll be good.
yeah.
No, it's all good. It takes some time.
Can you see it now?
housekeeping.
Yeah,
Here
we're
we
ready
go.
to roll. So
Right now, I think this is with the fireballs. They're like loads of fireballs, and apparently they count for many suns or something. Just watch, just fucking watch. It's fucking hilarious.
awesome. All right, go ahead there, Brian.
Okay, let me. If you put the center of the FE map, the AE azimuthal equidistant map, anywhere you get two.
It's funny actually because he's saying that the AE map was a valid map because this was pre the final experiment. This was before the final experiment, and then when Jaren came back as a globe earther, because he proved the 24-hour sun with Witzer, who's now still a flat earther, and no one believes in the AE now. AE's gone. No one's saying AE now. Now they're saying it's infinite, but this infinite plane has a container. It's a big container.
Poles.
Ready?
The only place you don't get 2 poles
This is when I go, how?
on the FE, on the AE, I keep saying FE, on the AE map is when you put it right directly on a pole. Anywhere else you line it up, you get 2 rotations. So can you see my pointer?
How?
If you the Vendy globe race starts here, goes down here,
It
comes
doesn't.
on down,
Oh,
It
comes up to
doesn't.
Switzerland, goes on around, comes up, and then back up. Boom.
It
You know,
doesn't.
this maybe could use some touching up and whatnot. I'm not saying this is perfect, but all
What
the
the
directions
fuck?
are right. And the only place you go to debunk this would be like way out in here, which just happens to be the off limits. It happens to be where no ships go, none of the commercial ships, they all go the long way around this way.
Look at my face. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? What is going on? What's happening? I didn't get this. I'm going to tell you now. I didn't understand this. He said the race went around Africa.
Even when they have to cut through the canals. And but this shows 2-star rotations.
All right,
Let's
you
see.
can leave your screen share up, but I think Danny wanted to jump in. And speaking of polls, I got the poll in the chat, so yeah, go ahead there, Danny.
I
if you
win the
wanna
polls, by the
make
way.
Some response, and we'll keep it going.
what are you talking about? What's it? What am I seeing here? I don't know what the hell I'm seeing here. You're talking about star rotations.
Yeah, and the Vendy globe
It's-
and seasons. And let me ask you a question real quick. You showed on screen. In fact, I'd like to let you share your screen back if you could show the them star trails. I'd like to ask you how is it
absolutely.
yeah, how is it possible? And this is one thing I noticed. And at first, yeah, it looks like perfect globe proof. But when I'm in the northern hemisphere and I set my camera,
What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. It wasn't sinking in. I was like, what the fuck's what? Then he was like, bring back the star rotation thing. But that's at the equator. The star trails that you saw were at the equator.
to the west, southwest, and I see the star starting to straighten out at the equator, right?
Go
and
ahead
then
and
start to
try
go
to
share.
the other way. How can that happen simultaneously? If I'm the one rotating and I see stars spinning over my head, and then at the equator they're starting to straighten out, and then south the equator they're starting to curve the other way. That's measurable. We can use sticks and shadows and measure the sun doing that at different times of the season, but the stars, we know that they follow the sun on their daily path. So how are they going simultaneous directions at one point in time? That works.
I'll tell you why. because in the southern hemisphere on the globe, the southern hemisphere, the stars rotate clockwise, and in the equator, the stars will go over you in a straight line, straight path. And then in the northern hemisphere, where I am, and where Brian, where everyone is on that panel, it goes anti-clockwise. That's it. Anti-clockwise, straight, clockwise.
Perfect on the map I just showed. I mean, you got different star rotations, so you're gonna have different directions.
Yes, we do.
Tell me how that could
Yes,
possibly work on a globe.
What? Different star rotations?
No, different directions.
Different directions?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Didn't think of that one,
on the
did you?
northern hemisphere, it goes
Oh,
anti-clockwise.
by the way, as well, Brian rattled my cage a few times in this one because of he was pressing on me, on most questions he was pressing on me, and he sort of asked me, and then I'm thinking of what to say, you know what I mean? You know, I'm trying to gather my thoughts and everything, and he's like, you got nothing. It's a flirt tactic.
Because we're on a ball, and then the southern hemisphere go clockwise.
Yeah.
If you
How
turn
did
a
they-
ball,
Sorry.
if you had like a snooker ball, you turned it, you look at this way, right, and then you look at that way. They're going different directions. That's how you get the star trails.
Yeah, but I can
That's
measure.
how you're getting.
Like if I put a stick in the ground, let's just go
Hang
back
on.
to the basics, sticks and
Oh,
shadows.
fuck's
If I
sake.
put a stick in the ground,
This is Eratosthenes now. He's talking about Eratosthenes, where he did the one stick in Alexandra and then another stick in Syene. Is it Syene? And it was it's the angles. They measured the angles from the shadows from the sticks. Yeah.
and the sun is in the northern hemisphere, okay, I'm gonna see a smiley face, okay, and then during equinox, I'm gonna see like.
Do you know what? This is the first time actually I've noticed that Rick is playing with a Rubik's Cube. I did not know that happened. This is the first time I've come across this. What the fuck? He must be bored.
Like a straight face on the stick, and then during the southern hemisphere's solstice, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, my laptop was working very slow as well. I was on my laptop at this point. I didn't have my PC set up like I've got now. My 2 screens, camera, my mixers, and you know my brand new microphone. Like I didn't have any of that. I had that microphone you see on the screen and a laptop. That's all I had. So apologies if when I'm screen sharing it's gone a bit slow.
See a frown. How can that happen simultaneously? The stars are taking the same path as the sun on a daily basis. How can they be going measurable different directions if I'm the one rotating and the stars are stationary? They can't be going different directions simultaneously. You haven't.
You just answered the question. How can the stars be doing what they're doing if the Earth is rotating? You what? Did he say that? Let me just say that. Hear that again.
Simultaneously. You haven't thought that through, man.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on, where is it?
And the sun is in the northern hemisphere, okay, I'm going to see a smiley face, okay? And then during equinox, I'm going to see like a straight face.
I'm sorry, I just want to hear what
and
he said
then
again.
during the southern hemisphere's solstice, I'm going to see a frown. How can that happen simultaneously? The stars are taking the same path as the sun on a daily basis. How can they be going measurable different directions if I'm the one rotating and the stars are stationary? They can't be.
Because you're rotating. If you're rotating and the stars are stationary, you're still going to get that effect. What did he just fucking claim that there is? How did I miss that? He's basically just said that if the stars are stationary and we're rotating, we shouldn't. Is he saying we should see that or we shouldn't see that? What the fuck?
Going different directions simultaneously. You haven't thought that through, man.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You're
It's so
on
easy.
screen, dude.
It's
On
so, look, I'm
screen.
showing you the screen now. I'm showing you on the screen now. I'm sharing.
So you
And
got
that's just how
stars
it
going
is.
different directions, right? You got stars
Yes.
spreading out from each other.
All right, just for our audience, right quick, Brian.
Yeah, but
Let's
what
let
do you
Danny
mean?
explain. for our audience.
Right, what do you mean? So, as you see in the picture there, you can see that the stars are going this way, and you can see stars going this way, and you can see the stars going straight. Is that
Yeah,
what
but
you're going on about?
If I'm the one rotating, how can they be simultaneously going in different directions? If the stars are just sitting there, I don't know what you're missing.
But that can happen. It can happen even if the stars are rotating with us. It can still happen because it's at a fixed point. But if you're going to turn, you're going to get like just imagine putting something here, and when you turn, it is it looked like my fingers are going to be coming around this way. So either way you put it, you're still going to have the same effect. So his question here is actually void. His question here is void. And he's basically admitting that star trails are a thing.
With this, the stars are spreading out. I can measure it with anything, with a theodolite. I could measure it with a sextant. Any of that. They are measurably separating at the equator, from the north and the south. How can they be doing that if I'm the one rotating? There's got to be two actual separate rotations for that to work.
There is on the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere.
In reality, it can't work on a globe if I'm the one rotating.
Right. Okay. Right. Are you okay? Are you saying that if you was to look the opposite way, they would go the opposite way?
I'm saying they can't spread out away from each other if they're just sitting there and I'm the one rotating. There's nothing you can do. You could put me on a ball. You could put me on a cylinder. You can put me on anything you want. If they are measurably spreading out away from each other, then they are the ones rotating, not us.
No, it's not. It's how can you get stars? How can you get stars to rotate like that, like perfectly? So if we are on a ball and it's the stars rotating, then if it's rotating this way, and then it's rotating. What the fuck is he going on about? It doesn't matter. It's on the southern hemisphere. It's proven that in the north and the south they have different fucking rotations, and that's proven to exist. So why is he now trying to I don't know what the fuck he's doing here. I think he's trying to get a gotcha moment or something, I'm losing. I'm. You know what? I wish I didn't do this now. Fucking hell, Brian.
All right. Do you want to jump in here, Rick, and give some
Go on,
insight
Rick.
on what you're thinking there?
Sure, this is.
So I'm sorry, but it works on the globe. That picture here. I'm sorry to interrupt. It works on the globe. I don't know what the hell he's going on about.
I don't.
Let's try to get.
I don't know.
Let's try to get the other two
This is what we
speakers.
deal with. We show them a proof, and we show them that their proof backfires on them, and their brains just shut down. No explanation at all. This is what we deal with.
All right, we're just back to our main screen. So
take the floor, mate.
Go ahead there, Rick, when you're ready.
Okay, sure. This is just often multiple time to explain thing. What didn't happen was that they mentioned the only piece of evidence I put up, which was the
So basically, throughout this debate, Rick goes on about the Antarctica, and so he should, because he still hasn't got an answer, and I don't think he ever did get an answer, but I might be wrong. It's been a while since I've watched this. But Rick's argument is Antarctica and the boat race, where I'm getting questions fired at me and I'm answering them, and I don't understand what they're fucking talking about sometimes. I'm going to go back to this and see if I can figure it out, because the thing is, no matter what Brian says, okay, about these rotations and how, if we're spinning, then I don't know what the fuck he's on about. The fact of the matter is that we have evidence of star trails going one way on the south and another way, the opposite way on the north. And on the equator, they go around straight. That's it. Why is he making this complicated? Go on, Rick. Take the floor.
Let me see if I can get it up here.
That's going to be our bad code word for tonight.
Yeah, I told you.
The audience is going to say, how many times did they say, let's see.
I told you, it's innuendos. I did enjoy this, other than getting very head fucked by the fucking flirts. Yeah, with the fireballs. I didn't know what the fuck he was going on about.
I can get it up on the stream. My goodness, we're so bad. All right, go ahead there, Rick, when you're ready.
I'll share my screen for that.
When you get up in your upper 90s, that is common. Anyway, let me explain this race a little bit, because you keep looking up and you keep explaining the star trails. But look at this race that I put up. It's the only piece of evidence I presented so far. There's a race around Antarctica. It's yachts. It's motorless yachts. Takes, I think, around 100 days is the record.
Do you know what it's called?
Yes, Antarctic Cup Race. Hold on. You actually learned something. It crosses below Australia, South America, and Africa. And it goes all the way around Antarctica. All the way around. Now, wait, hold on. I'm almost
there.
Yeah, sorry. I won't last long. I will not be going. Dang, I said I won't last long. You're killing me, Ryan.
What are you doing there?
Anyway,
Go ahead.
if you go clockwise, then Antarctica will always be to the right of the yacht.
Yep.
But if you were on a flat Earth, it would always be on the left. Do you understand why this race is impossible? Now, either say...
Okay, I got it wrong. It was on the left. I was thinking they were going to go around that way, but yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean.
It's fake. It doesn't happen. But you can't argue with that. If you're going around, it's just right or left. You don't have to look up in the sky. Look on the ground. That's it.
If you actually did a little research on this, if you see what I shared right off the bat, I showed the circle around Antarctica. And if you did a little research, you'd understand that they only dip barely below 60 degrees in one spot. And that's right at South America. Okay. But if you did even a little more research, you'd hear that the people, one of the top contenders who raced that, said that they always correct it's just a rule of thumb. They correct to the left. On a globe, they would be correcting to the right. He said that's a rule of thumb for all of the yacht racers. It's correct to the left. Now, how's that work on a globe? You'd have to correct to the right. Your rule of thumb would be correct to the right. But no, on a flat Earth, it would be opposite. And it just so happens that's their rule of thumb. This is known with all the racers. It's correct to the left. It was on one of their famous talk shows in Brazil. And so you want to explain that? And if this is your only proof, I showed this on my first share screen, with just a simple little layout of the AE map centered over the equator. It shows 2 rotations. So that pretty much put all y'all's arguments in a bag, man, as far as I'm concerned.
No, it didn't do anything. What correcting is something else, but I'm not going to explain it. I need you to explain how it's always the opposite side of the boat. Whether you're touching, you don't have to touch the rim of Antarctica. It's always on the opposite side it would be if the Earth was flat. This is literally the end of it, unless you can prove that it's not on the side that they're going around.
Hey, Rick, why is Antarctica a perfect circle? Why is it looking like a brain?
Yeah.
What?
It's the way it is.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it equally freeze like a circle? You see the shape of Antarctica. The shape of Antarctica look like a sperm.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the shape, does it? It is what it is. It's Antarctica.
It looks weird. Okay.
Does that being weird looking to you change the side? Hold on. I didn't finish even a single sentence.
Hold on now.
You asked me a question and I'm answering it by saying the shape of it has no bearing on whether it's on the right side or the left side. That's what you have to counter. All this side stuff doesn't change the fact on a globe, it's on one side. On a flat Earth, it's on the other side. And when the actual race,
No, I want an
always-
answer. This shit should be frozen equally like a circle.
No,
That's not the case.
who cares?
Yeah, I care.
It's
I care.
irrelevant. It's
It's very relevant. Why would it?
How?
Why would it turn out this shape? Because that would mean.
Why does Australia look like it does?
Hold on. Let's
Why is
stay
that
on
not a circle?
Antarctic. Let's stay on
Why?
Antarctic. It should be getting an equal amount of heat or whatever to make a perfect circle there. You don't have an answer for this, do you? You don't have an answer.
Doesn't need to be a perfect circle.
Oh, now it doesn't. You see, this is the problem with you
Well,
globies.
it doesn't matter. It's
You
irrelevant.
always
It doesn't
have a
matter.
fantastical bullshit excuse for everything. Like the Earth is spinning
well-
super fast, but we don't feel it, right? It's curvy, but we're too small to see it, right? Like it's a bunch of fantastical bullshit excuses all the time.
Vince, the Earth is really, 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 really big. You're not going to
Okay.
see curvature, are you?
A great
It's
scale negator.
massive.
Hey Ryan,
It's
can
a
I share my
massive
screen
planet.
while they're going back and forth?
Yeah, sure thing. We're going to be doing a lot of screen sharing from the sounds of things. But carry on there, Dan.
They
Sorry
just
to cut
don't
you off.
get it. It's a big planet.
Yeah, right. Or it's way smaller than you think. How do you know?
Oh, we live on a tennis ball. All right, we're all on a tennis ball.
How do you
yeah?
know? Daddy government maybe lied to you, Danny.
Did either one of them answer how it can flip from being on the opposite
Yeah, how
side?
about right here?
Daddy government, you love it,
Rick,
right?
Hey, Rick wants his question answered.
Oh my god.
Daddy
Yeah,
government.
Oh, what is this? I don't remember this. Oh, he's got. He's going to explain the fucking the sun. Oh, this. Hold on. I've got.
Was there an answer on why it would be the opposite side on a flat Earth and a globe Earth?
Can you see that on
Look
the
at the
screen?
fireballs.
Hold on a second there, Brian.
What's moving your sun? What is moving your sun to go
Yeah.
round?
God knows. God
What's
knows.
your
Exactly. God knows.
You don't
What's
know.
moving? Wait. What's moving your sun?
Nothing's moving on the sun.
Our sun's not moving.
The Big
orbit-
Bang.
See, this is it, right? Okay, I ask him what is moving their sun, right? And okay, he has a right to ask me, but the fact that he answered my question with a question on like opposite, you know what I mean? Like he's thrown the question back to me, and it's so disingenuous. I mean, he could have answered my question first, and then asked me. It's
Right? The
Is it
Big
not?
Bang. The Big
on,
Bang
come
is running your
We
sun,
orbit
right?
our sun.
I'm gonna
Every
have
365
yeah, we orbit the sun, and I have good evidence of why we orbit the sun. It's because of seasons, because of the tilt of the Earth, and because when it goes round each 3 months around the sun, the tilt is is. If you're a flat earther, you're probably gonna get your head all muggled up and all that shit, but. If we got summer, no, this would probably be winter, right? Hold on. If we're up here, like normally Britain is, right? It's not getting much sun. It's not getting much, direct heat and everything and energy from the sun. But if we go around this way, right, and we're on the other side, and we're facing more towards the sun over here, then we got more energy that hits us. That's it. That's how we get our summer. Where if we're here, more energy from the sun will hit. That's why the sun is more higher. But like literally, we're coming out of autumn soon, and the sun is fucking low. Where I am in Britain, in England, the sun is really low. It blinds me when I'm driving. But in the summer, the sun is fucking well up there. I don't get blinded. It's literally like the sun is at the horizon or just above the horizon. I'm getting blinded going to work. But in the summer, it's right up there and it's fucking gorgeous. It's lovely.
Days we orbit our sun. That's how we get our seasons because of the tilt of the Earth at 23.5 degrees.
Yeah, how about on a flat Earth? Sun's closer, it's hotter. Sun further away, it's colder.
Exactly.
That's simple. We don't need all this crazy explanation.
Right
You got all this
on, Brian.
bullshit Tilt.
agree.
Closer, hotter, colder, further away. simple.
Yeah, but what is moving your sun?
Exactly that.
What's moving
what is
your
making
sun,
your
bro?
sun hot? What's making your sun hot?
What's making your
What is-
sun hot?
See what I mean? I'm asking questions and they're answering questions with a question. Is this fluff tactic? Is this what they do? When you debate them, even when you debate them on their fucking stupid server, which I will be going back to soon, actually. Not in any time soon, but I do plan to go back because I want to try and avoid AV, the gaslighting little prick. Because I've already asked him a question about how the 24-hour sun can work on a flat Earth and how he can show me and model it. And he just went, you're muted. And then they server muted me. Then I fucking went because they weren't going to unmute me. They are...
We're in the vacuum of space. You know what I mean? We're going around our
The
sun.
vacuum of space makes it hot.
Oh my God, a vacuum of space. How about Venus?
What did you say? Did you say makes it hot?
When the
Warm,
sun's
whatever you want to
closer-
say.
Yeah, when the sun's closer,
Well-
it gets hotter. Go ahead,
Well-
Ben.
Oh, go.
Can you see that on screen though? Just out of
Do
curiosity.
you think?
Yes, we can.
Do you
we
think
can see your screen, Brian.
Do you think the sun? Do you think the sun is fire?
No.
What do you think the sun
What is it?
I mean, why are you putting
Nuclear
it? Why are
fusion.
y'all bringing it to La La Land? We don't. Nobody.
They
knows
love
what-
the La La Land, Brian. They
Sun's
love
a
it.
nuclear reactor. It's
It's
with
gas,
nuclear
hydrogen.
fusion.
You're talking
They
about
love
pressure.
And helium.
They're talking about
fantasies.
pressure, Vince.
The sun is a gas. It's nuclear fusion is hydrogen and helium, and the amount of energy per second that it throws out is, if I can remember, is fucking loads a second, and our sun is actually dying. In 5 billion years' time, the sun's going to be a dwarf star. It's going to be it's dying. Our sun is dying.
And it's like I look up the pressure, and Venus supposedly has a pressure of 1,350 psi. That's the
Oh, sorry, I
equivalent
didn't mean
of
to
over half a mile in the ocean. That's supposed to be in the atmosphere. It supposedly goes up the same amount as Earth's, about 60 miles. So dude, that's almost a nuclear reactor's pressure. You just believe anything they tell you, man. You don't question any information.
They don't. They're either mentally lazy or mentally blind or both.
It's the thing. Like Rick's right. Everything that we throw at you, you're not going to believe anyway. I tell you that it's the sun is a nuclear fusion, and
Well, okay, then
and it's center of our thingy, and you're not. Oh yeah, no, that's not right because the sun's going over us. We
Okay,
orbit the
Danny,
sun.
Danny, can I ask you?
Right, we orbit the sun because we have seasons. That's the way we can prove we are orbiting the sun.
Danny, can I ask you,
because
Danny?
of the tilt.
Danny, can I ask you?
Go on.
Would you say if there was more land, would the daddy government tell you?
And here we go with the conspiracies and the lying and the government this and the government that, and we got more land and they're hiding fuels and they're hiding electricity and Vince, mate, much love, but it's here where you gotta say.
Why would they keep it a secret?
Oh, there's a bunch of reasons, and I can't say I know all of them exactly, but there's a bunch of reasons. But even if I couldn't tell you, that still doesn't prove that they don't do it. Just because
Well,
I
they
can't
haven't-
tell you why.
Yeah, they have no reason to lie to us.
Oh,
They
okay,
they
but
have
let's
none.
play with it though,
I just
Danny.
ended the screen share.
If they had more land, more resources, etc., would daddy government tell you?
Why wouldn't they? Yes, they would.
Why would they? Do they not keep
what's-
secrets
what-
from us all?
But what's out there? What's out there
Exactly,
that's so important that they're keeping a secret?
exactly.
What? Yeah,
It might
they
be-
tell me then. What is it? If you
It
know
might
there's
be
land out
different
there, tell me.
It might be different civilizations. It might be resources, land, aliens.
Honestly, in about 10 minutes time or something, if I remember, I actually lose my shit. And then I start to get bored and then I start trolling by asking silly questions. Yeah. I'll let you know when the silly questions come up or if they've been said. I think there's a question. I think I say something. I was trolling. I was so fucking bored of this shit because it's just fucking nonsense. They're just saying words and thinking that it works and everything. Where with me, okay, I get it on their side, but when I'm explaining stuff, it works. You know, it does work. But and you know, most of it has been fucking tested and it's been evidential. But yeah, I started trolling a bit. There's a question. That's what I was going to say. There's something said about a question of the measurement of the curvature, and I said 8 inches per mile squared was invented by Flurfs. I'm obviously trolling, and then Brian's reaction was like, what are you on about? Are you serious or something like that? It's coming up, but I don't know when. I got bored. I really got bored. I think now they're rattling my cage, and then I just fucking give up.
Outer space might be just over there that you are not allowed to go.
Resources. So you think oil and
A bunch
diamond.
of shit. A bunch,
Yeah.
all of it. If that was true, you don't think they would hide it from you? Why the fuck would they tell you the truth? Who are you? You're a peasant to them, and so am I. You know it in your heart. Don't try to.
Oh God!
Don't try. You know it in your
No,
heart. I'm here to unlock it in you.
The Blue Bubble 1972, yeah, that was taken by a Hasselblad camera, yeah. That was a deposit that had to be developed in a dark room, right? And the picture and the camera, I think it's in the museum. Florida, I think
Florida,
it
I
might be.
think.
Are you?
We still have that, and we
Are you
and,
talking
and
about from the
that is
moon?
The picture.
From the moon.
No, on the way to the moon.
Yeah,
They-
the whole
that picture was
nobody
hands.
with an IQ of 40
And then I
believes in
explained
the
how
moon
it's upside
landing.
down.
All right. Before we get a second
And-
tag, let's try to wheel ourselves back in. So, if Ryan, I know
So
you
I
had your
just
screen
I
up
got
and you had-
interrupted. I was about to say something.
Okay,
but
sorry, I
it
didn't
doesn't
mean to-
matter.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
so
no,
yeah.
no. It wasn't you. It was Vince.
Okay, no worries. Well, Brian.
Was it my hat?
Brian had his screen up
hat.
there. He did want to
It's your
present
brain.
some stuff there.
My brain, you don't see it. It's invisible.
Wheel us in, Brian.
Oh yeah, fucking! I forgot I said that. No, it's your brain. Oh my god! No, Vince.
It's on you.
Well, let us
Here we
know
go,
when it's
man.
there. Yeah.
I'll put it back up. So, like I said, this Antarctica is probably a little too close to Africa and everything, but I showed the AE, with the longitude, latitudes on there, and like I said, all the directions work and everything.
At this point now, you can see my face looking down. I'm messaging Hannah. I'm literally messaging Hannah. I'm fucking bored. But then this came up, and I don't know. I ain't got a fucking clue.
It needs some adjusting, but I think my partner's doing a good job of just shutting it down. But really, they haven't
Conspiracies.
answered any questions. They're just asking us, "What is the
Well-
sun? What is the sun? What about
How
the
are we to answer your
Antarctica
questions
ray?"
when you're bringing stuff up like this? I don't even know what that is.
It's
Is that
two
a star? Is that
rotations. It's just two rotations, man.
that's
Showing-
two
Yeah.
rotations.
Doesn't that match the picture you
No.
just showed? The
No.
picture of the stars
Yes,
you
but-
showed?
No, it
If you
doesn't.
never-
If
you
you-
never answered that
Yes.
question, did you?
What?
The stars you showed, doesn't that match that? How they're separating from each other and going straight in the middle? Doesn't that answer that?
Yeah, but you're showing there.
Okay, so I think I get it now. I was so irate in the. I failed to see this. Okay, because I was just fucking, my head was fucking spinning with fucking fluff and derp. But what he's saying here is like, you see the equator. It's got the red line going through it, and it's got it's going round as well for some reason. But on the equator, what they're saying is on a flat Earth. If you're on the equator, right, and you're looking that way, right, you hang on. That couldn't work because there's always day and night. So if you're looking towards, let's say, the North Pole, which say you're looking towards Europe, yeah, which is the north, they're saying that star trail up the top there is going anti-clockwise, let's say, right? But if you turn around 180, right, you can see the star trails on the south, where South America is, and a funny, weird-looking shape Australia is going clockwise. But there's day and night always. The 50% of the Earth is day, and the other half is night. So when would you ever see both star trails, one after another? When would you turn around and see a star trail there when it's meant to be dark, right? This way, but then you turn 180, isn't that meant to be light? Is that meant to be daytime? But you can still see the star trails that just by turning 180, you can see the star trails go another direction. So there's two separate sets of stars on a flat plane. So just imagine standing in an empty room and it's dark. You got star trails going in front of you and then star trails going in the back of you. But the Earth is always 50% day and night. I can't believe I didn't catch on to this. This doesn't make sense. This can't make sense. But I'm eager to hear what he says about this. Like I said, it's been a year, and I haven't watched this in a year, and I've forgotten everything about this. That's why it's a good time to do the year anniversary of this debate today. So, okay, let's hear what he's got to say.
They're two separate bunch of stars that have
That's
come
what
out
you showed
from
on
each other,
screen.
and then they're doing this.
Okay. So I did bring it up then because I can't remember if I did or not. Let's listen to what I got to say.
We
you
have
showed on
one
screen,
set of
man.
stars around the planet, and then the northern hemisphere is counterclockwise. Southern hemisphere is clockwise.
Like
That's how
on
the star
screen, right?
rotations happen.
Yeah.
Like we seen on screen, clockwise, counterclockwise.
Right. Okay. So
Let me share something else.
the star, yeah, but the stars are above us on your world. The stars are above us. So how are you meant to see the other stars go the opposite? Same set of stars go the opposite way if you aren't on the other side of the stars. This is what Whitsitt gets it, did it? He made
my
this
God,
thing
I'm
where he
showing
did a
you.
circle like this.
Okay, so I think I explained that a bit wrong on my part. So basically what I'm trying to say is that this can't work. It just can't fucking work. Like I said, we've got day and night. One thing I didn't bring up. It's confusing. It doesn't work. They make shit so fucking complex that they have to try and find an argument for it. And what I said here is that we always see stars above us, right? And even on the horizon as well. On the horizon as well, we always see stars. But to see on the flat Earth, the stars go the opposite direction, you have to be the other side of the stars. And this is what Whitsitt gets it said. Because he made a demonstration of if you're behind a door with glass and you do this with your finger along on the glass, and then you go round to the other side of the window, you'll see it change. Your finger change direction. But when are you on the other side of the stars? You're not. Let's hear what else they got to say.
Circle like this on the door, and if you went on the other side, it will go round the other way. But when are you at any point on the other side of the stars to see the different rotation?
I'm literally showing you on screen. Hold on,
You're
I'll pull up
not.
something else where they're going at the same time. If you don't get it, seeing them one at a time, I'll show them both.
It's not that I don't get it. I don't understand what you're fucking saying, or what even that fucking diagram is. I don't get it. I do not get it. He has to realize that the Earth is 50% day and 50% night. So on the globe, as it works, the sun will hit the face of the Earth of where it is, right? And then this is the sun, and then this side is going to be night. But let's say the sun's here, right? He's saying that here, okay, so the equator is along here, right? Yeah, there is star trails here, that way, and star trails here, that way. So there's 2 sets of star trails. But it works perfectly if it's a globe and there's star trails under here and there's star trails above here. The diagram does not show anything that proves his fucking thing that he's trying to explain. It doesn't. He has to. He's trying to say that the whole diagram is in nighttime. Where is it? Does he bring it back up?
Yeah.
We've
Can you
gone
hear me?
over this.
As you can tell, I lost the will to live. Do you know what? Honestly, if I went back on a globe and flat debate, you know, I know I had one recently against Nemo. Nemo's a friend of mine. He's a dear friend of mine. But we do like to have debates. You know, we have that sort of relationship, that sort of friendship where we're buddies, and we have great chats and everything. But then when we want to plan a debate, then we do get at each other. When the debate finishes, we shake hands virtually, and everything goes back to normal. That's what I respect. That's why I respect Nemo. I respect his point of view, his arguments, and so does he. He respects my arguments as well. These two don't. And I want to see this fucking thing again. Because what it is to me is that diagram he showed me with the 2 star rotations is telling me that the whole planet is in nighttime to see it. But it can't be, because if that's the planet that he is showing me, or the flat Earth that he's showing me, half of that flat Earth should be in day and half should be in night.
Can I
Wait, can you
I
even hear me?
bring something else up? They haven't even answered right and left thing on the Antarctic race. And
here comes Rick with the Antarctica thing. But it's so true. I absolutely enjoyed teaming up with Rick. I really did. I'm going to send him the link to this in through email, if he still has the same email. I'm sure he does. And this is what I'm saying. Through the whole debate, he just wants an answer for the boat race that happens in Antarctica, and he still hasn't got one.
my count so far is 4 globe, 5 brid, 0
Are
fly.
y'all even hearing me at all? Am I like?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just Rick wanted to jump in here, and like I said, if Vince and Rick want to jump in, I think it's fair. Vince is ceding a lot of his time asking questions, so you know if he has a thought, I
think I have a little break now.
So
Yeah, let Rick go first.
go ahead.
Rick.
Yeah. They keep bringing up Blue Marble, and I want to say first I want to commend Brian on his initial presentation, because what he said was that there's no full Earth photos, which I'll show that in a second. But the other part, he spent the next 9 minutes saying that the horizon could not be used to determine the shape of the Earth. And with that, I 100% agree. So since we both agree you can't determine the shape of the Earth because it's constantly changing, let's no longer use that. Let's do actual observations of the Earth. So,
okay, yes. This is where he shows the bridge, I believe. I think it's the bridge. So sorry, he does go off on other bits. So Rick, if you are watching this, I do apologise, but you were mainly about the Antarctica, and you did not get an answer. So I do feel sorry for you that your question was never answered. But yeah, this is a point where Rick brings up the bridge, I believe.
I would like to present my screen. This will not take but about a minute if I can. My mouse isn't moving very well.
No
Great.
worries. I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, but I don't want my mouse to go bad. Oh, what's going on?
What's going on?
Computer's acting
What's
up.
going on?
What's going on? It's like Slim Shady.
Right.
You get your Slim Shady.
Trying to get
Oh,
his, trying to get his
It's
name
gonna
on.
work. It's gonna work, but I don't know whether I'm gonna be able to do what I want.
Yeah, you see, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, you know, there was a few jokes here and a few innuendos that we were bringing up. You know, we couldn't get it up and blah blah blah. It was fun, but it did get a bit heated and mind-numbingly fucking boring in some parts. It was just, yeah. There's 27 minutes left of the actual debate. I think we do go on for another 10 minutes after this, but let's carry on.
Want to do. Anyway, this is Apollo 8. This is a photo. Is that
So this picture here is Earthrise. This is what we call Earthrise.
showing?
Yep, we got your screen share up there.
Okay, did the next one show?
Yep, it's showing your screen.
That's Apollo 11. That's a different look. That's Apollo 12. That's a different look.
Day and
That's
night.
Apollo 15. Those are all from the films from the moon landings. And these are not photographs. They're not digital. These were done in the late 60s, early 70s. And they are actually frames from the film. There's no fakery. There's no anything. Now, as I said in my beginning, the only thing you will be able to say is they are fake. But you can't say that the only photos we have are digital. These are not digital photos. They are actual frames from the films from the Apollo missions.
Did you
Okay,
see what
you
happened on
want.
the way to the moon? If you'd seen that, you'd see that they accidentally sent Bart Sibrel a clip on accident, and he showed how they did this. They put an insert in the window, backed up, and they had a round window. And man, if you got to do a little more research, man. That's embarrassing. That's why you never see that on any debates. That's why any of the experienced globe earthers never bring that up.
Okay, so basically is we showed them pictures from the Apollos of Earthrise and pictures of the Earth as well, other than the Earthrise with the moon in that. And they didn't answer it. They're just saying wrong, nuh-uh, nuh-uh, and hear my explanation, and it's just absolute fucking gish gallop.
Because that's been smashed to smithereens. They showed how they do it, and they were supposed to be almost to the moon, like over halfway there, and they were supposedly like just 100 miles up or a few hundred miles up. You know, they to even see the Earth like that. If they were halfway to the moon, you'd see a small little Earth. But the Earth that they had in their little circular window covered the whole screen. So, dude, NASA's been destroyed, bro. They've been destroyed. I wouldn't use them as references, man. I'd try and dodge that if I were you.
Exactly what I said. You would just say they were fake.
So, are y'all hearing anything I'm saying? Like, I feel like y'all are hearing me verbally, but mentally it's just not sinking in. All this stuff I'm telling y'all, you're just...
What Rick is trying to say that no matter what he presents to you, you're not going to believe.
They showed, and let me repeat real quick. They showed how they did that, and it was Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin talking when they were supposed to be almost to the moon, and they had a Earth filling up a whole little tiny window, meaning they were up maybe 20 miles or something.
Is this one from the window? Is this one from the window? The one I have on?
That is, if you go into Photoshop and you do photo forensics, you'll see a square
fake.
on that.
Right, it's fake. I understand.
It's Photoshop, dude. They already admitted that. Hold on, NASA has already admitted it. They said, hold on, real quick, last thing. NASA admitted, and they pulled it down. They said that they did it for optic effects. NASA's already retracted that that's real. They admitted, because how could they deny it? So now NASA even admits it, and you're still sitting there in your little chair denying it, bro. This is hilarious.
It is hilarious. I agree with that. So I'm going to give that one to Globe. So it's 5 Globe, 5 bread, 0 flat.
Listen, this is nonsense. Nobody wins any debate. You know who?
I love it.
What it is for?
Gonna win.
No, you know what it is for? It's for the audience. That's all it is for.
Right.
We're not gonna, you know.
Oh yeah, Brad's going to defeat Flat Earth today.
This is just nonsense.
Definitely, this debate is humorous. That's what it is. It's just a laugh.
Oh, that's great.
Just at your expense, because it's
Absolutely. I'll take it all on. Yes.
It's nonsense.
At my expense. That's fantastic. I'm glad. But I just want to ask you guys, why are you defending this so much? Wouldn't you also want to know the real truth? Meaning,
Evidence.
what? Evidence. Yeah. Why don't you ask for, so the greatest scientist in the world holds a debate with flat earthers and squash this immediately in that debate? Why aren't you pushing for that?
I answered this earlier. It's because, like I said, the scientists, physicists, or whatever title they hold, they don't want to debate such topic with someone who believes that the Earth is flat. These guys are paid. These guys are knowledgeable, and they've worked most of their life experimenting, coming up with ideas, and learning about the world that we live on. They are not going to talk to you, and that's that. They're not going to talk to you. It'll be more comedy for them than anything.
You don't need them. I just showed it.
Oh,
to
obviously you
guys.
do need. Hold on now. Hold on. Obviously you need to, because flat earthers are growing by the day to the point where YouTube, Google, they're so worried they have to bury it in the YouTube algorithms and shit like that. They have to put a banner under there. And we all know the banner indicates that the thing is probably true, because the things they put a banner on before, like I said earlier in my presentation, turned out to be true. But anyways, you would want that, wouldn't you? So we can end this. But apparently you guys don't want that. That's weird.
If there was evidence to show that the Earth was flat, they were lying to us, and everything else that comes with it, then yeah, I'll look into it.
No, you should
Definitely.
push.
Of course, no,
You should
I
push for
I would
this
not
debate.
push. No,
No, for the debate. You
okay.
You don't think it's weird that
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is afraid and rejects a debate? You don't think that's fishy?
All right, let's.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is. Go on, sorry, Ryan.
No,
Can
I
we
was
not
gonna say let's
talk
let
about
Danny respond to some of
Okay.
what you put out there.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is a communicator, a scientific communicator. So he gets things wrong. Like when he said that the Felix Baumgartner jump, said that at that distance you will not be able to see the curvature of the Earth. But then Felix, who went up there, said that he saw the curvature of the Earth.
You see my presentation, man?
Well, who are you gonna believe now?
Yes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson or the other guy?
The person who went up to space. Yeah, Why would he lie? Why the fuck would he lie? He's gone up there to do a jump and have the best experience of his life. Of course, he's going to say what he sees, and you just got to accept it.
Yeah, I write it down.
Who are you gonna believe?
Down that you put Felix. Say that
Planet
again.
New Mexico, is that it? Planet New Mexico. Well, they forgot about the camera behind his shoulder, and then when they got up to 120 something thousand feet, he opened the door. Not only was the horizon right there almost at eye level, it was flat as a pancake, man. Dude, all these proofs they're bringing up are just backfiring on me.
Okay.
So
I'll tell you what then.
Hold on. I'm almost done. Y'all are accusing us of ignoring it. Y'all are just hand wave dismissing, dude. Just whistling past the graveyard. Dude.
What?
Like, what is going on?
So I'm coming from someone who answered my question with a fucking question. All right, mate.
So the image that was shown in the footage for the space jump, right? You say that's fisheye, right?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Admitted fisheye.
Right, okay. So tell me this: if we were above a flat plane, under a dome, right? Do you reckon with a fisheye on it, we would see the wall?
Who said there's got to be a dome? You know, you're jumping to conclusions.
Yeah.
Sounds like desperation.
Okay,
well, it's a good question. I mean, regardless of it being fisheye or not, you should be able to see the wall, right?
75, 80%.
Ain't it amazing how we got all these images, like video images of, recordings when we go up high enough to see the planet, but there's never a fucking wall.
The flat earthers think there's a dome.
could be a
around
dome.
us.
Yeah, but it's all speculation.
because that's why they bring up the gas pressure without a container. That's why they bring all that stuff up. But I showed you in the video gas pressure without a container, and he actually
Can you
scooped the
reshare
gas
that?
out and then poured it out of a container.
Yeah. What was it
Into
in?
another.
Poured it what? Out of what?
No,
Say
what
that
I'm
word
saying is
again?
when he poured it. No, hold on. When he put no,
Okay.
hold on.
Okay, so here he's trying to twist things, right? Because I said the word container and I didn't mention that it was an open container, he's now trying to pressure me, and he's trying to get an I gotcha sort of fucking thing. But he knows damn well what I was talking about and what I had shown earlier. He tries to get me here, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
When he poured it out, it wasn't in a container when it
What did he
came
pour
out
it out
of it.
of? What did he pour it out of?
A container.
We lost your visual, right?
No, it was a container to scoop it, but
A
as
container,
he went
okay,
to pour
okay.
it,
So it did
Yes.
need a container then, right?
no, but it didn't need a container when it was pouring out. When it was pouring out and hit
Right,
it in
yeah, so basically is what I'm trying to say is that he scooped it out. So you had that box, right? There was gas in it, and it was an open container. There was no lid. Yeah. So he poured it out, and then now he has a gas full of there's gas in here, right? And it's free. I'm in no container. Then what happened is he's poured it about here, and it's gone dropped into the container. But between here and here, right, there's gap here where my head is. There's no container there, but the gas still went down into this container. That's what I was trying to say.
the silver thing that they made, it went down. There was no container for when it came out and it hit the boat.
Yeah.
They hit the thing in what they call a boat inside the tank.
But
So
again,
you took it from one container to another container, and you're saying that no container.
Yes, yes, but it wasn't in a container when he was emptying it.
Yeah.
Was it his hands?
So it was, no, it was out of the container.
What
And
happened
then
to
into
it?
another.
What would
Do you-
happen if
you know,
it was just in the palm of his hands? What would happen to it then? What would happen?
All right, okay, so what about if you had a cup of coffee and you pour it? It's going to come out. And then when it does come out, is that in a container? No, it's not. That's what happened with the gas.
Yeah.
The gas poured out in the air and it went down and put pressure
Yeah.
onto the silver boat thing that they made. Do you know what? Fight the Flat Earth, right? He did a debate arguing about this. I can't remember what his name was. And he was about 20 minutes or something or so trying to explain to this guy that when you're pouring it out, it was not in a container anymore,
Yeah.
and it hit the silver thing that they built to go that was hovering on top of the gas.
Now, the reason why I say this is because flat earthers think that gas goes in all directions. It just expands out, yeah, in all directions. But it doesn't, because when he scooped it and then poured it into a container, like onto the ship, and then he poured it and then the ship went down. Oh, ship went down. Shit or ship? That's what I'm trying to say.
Listen, man.
Because they believe that gas goes in all directions, but this gas went down. Not in all directions, it went down. And the fact that the gas is in an open container and it's got a silver little makeshift boat on it and it's floating.
You're
Gas-
pouring it out.
Gas has no molecular bonds, not even with itself. Okay, it's
you
elastic.
think- so you-
collisions. It's elastic collisions. Okay, it disperses.
What was that gas? I think it was sulfur hexafluoride, but hexafluoride, sulfur hexafluoride. I think that's what the gas was anyway. That's in the open container.
Okay, if you want, I'll pull something up. I'll pull Wikipedia up, showing you that gas is free to, it can and will expand and fill its container. Period. Whatever it's contained in, so will water. I mean, you're talking about this heavy gas like sulfur hexafluoride. Yeah, it's still going to
Yeah, sulfur hexafluoride. There you go.
That's what it
expand
was.
and fill. And it's
That's
gonna
what it was.
disperse. It might take a little bit longer, but it's going to disperse. It's got to be contained, man. Gas.
Where did it disperse when it was in that tank? When the tank was open? When
To
did
the
it
edges of
disperse?
the tank, bro. To the edges of the tank.
Yes, but it was still in there. It was still in the container.
What do
It
you
just
think's
wasn't
gonna
a
happen if you
closed
leave it
system.
sitting there, though? What's
The
gonna happen?
container.
Okay, I think looking back at it now, I'm explaining this wrong. What I should have said was to answer his question is, it's in the container, but it's an open top container. There's no lid.
The container was an open system,
Yeah.
and they made a makeshift foil boat thing to.
Okay, so I did mention it, but before I didn't mention it well. It's my first debate, you know what I mean? My first ever debate. And I have Brian here pushing me and not really answering my questions. So I did feel like a target here because I was speaking the most. So Brian's opportunity to sort of, you know, press on me about shit, and then when I'm trying to explain, he's just bringing out snarky little looks or comments to try and get an I got ya. But it's, you know, don't forget this is my first debate. I was very fucking nervous, but literally I jumped into the call before we went live and I was shitting bricks because I'm now talking about a topic that I'm not really strong on. However, I do like to argue. So I'd like to argue the flat earth, but knowledge-wise, I wasn't all quite there. You know what I mean? Only with observations that I'm sort of aware of. That's why I mentioned the seasons and the star trails and everything, you know, observational. So, yeah.
Go on top of the gas.
So is
They
that
went
your
in,
argument?
scooped it, and then they poured the gas out. The gas is now not in a container from here to the silver thing that they built.
Is that your argument that Earth is an open system?
Well, what you know, we have gravity. That's our container.
Well, you just said it's open system, open container, pretty much. Are you arguing that Earth is an open system?
Okay.
Because
Right. What I said was true, yeah. Gravity is our container. But now, looking back at it, this is why I'm doing a review on it. Now, looking back on it, I should have said, when he said that Earth is now an open container, I said, no. I showed this evidence to prove that when the Flurf say gas pressure without a container. So I'm literally arguing on the fact that Flurfs think that there is a container of some sort, but I'm showing gas pressure without the containment. But yeah, so I thought I'd just clarify on that.
because it's not considered one, yet y'all supposedly send rockets through and all this stuff. Man, I think y'all are
Of course.
Y'all
Yeah,
are
we have
quick
rockets.
to accept
Yeah.
NASA, and everything we show you, you're just hand wave dismissing. Is weird. And
The irony.
No, how am I having dismissing it? I had to train. I had to teach you.
Danny, you don't think it's weird that the sun and the moon are pretty much the similar size?
No. That's,
You
that's
don't think that's weird?
That is just do. That's just do.
You don't think that's weird that you believe? No, you believe that the sun is 400 times.
I think this is a bit where I start trolling now, I believe. There is a part where I troll a bit because I've had enough.
Further away and 400 times as big. You buy that
like 3
shit.
billion miles away.
Hold on, you buy that shit over just buying that these are two local objects, light, positive light, negative light, same size, just that's it, yin and yang.
Okay, I've got a question for you. I don't want to take too much of the floor. I want Rick to have his say. Just one more question, Ryan. So you got the local lights that you call the moon and the sun, whatever you just said, right?
Yeah.
First of all, I want to know what is moving them around your planet. I want to know what is moving them. I
Wow.
want to know the magic. I want to know what the unicorn farts is. I want to know what it's called. Yeah,
Dude.
And also, are they spheres up there, or do they count as a spotlight?
Yeah, good question.
I don't think they're
these
spheres.
answers are you going to go to the
So
flat
they're
Earth if we
spotlights.
actually-
They're not spheres, so they got to be spotlights coming down on your piece of
Some
piece of planet.
projection, maybe hologram. I don't know what the
Projection.
fuck. Yeah, from outside, projecting in.
Looks like a sphere to me,
That's
man.
why. That's why you probably don't see. That's why you don't see the backside of the moon.
So let me get this straight. So let's test this. I'm going to put my torch on. Okay. I don't know if you can see it. You can see that, yeah? So it's shining up on my mic, yeah? But then they say, so if it's up like that, but then they say that the sun moves away from you. But what happens is we see light. Sort of, you know. Yeah. So if it's a spotlight, it has to be like that, unless it's a spotlight like that. But then it'll still light up the whole place. Let's carry on.
That motherfucker is, one-sided.
Well, actually, I just showed you a picture of my presentation where the people in Chile, people in South Africa, and Saudi Arabia can see different sides of the moon, but if they were to look at it.
Yeah.
Really?
On the flat Earth.
Yeah.
It just showed you one there. That's what it is.
Welcome to flat Earth.
Claim,
what?
Do you know what? I knew it wouldn't take long until you said that. I just
Well, if it
knew
was 240,000 miles away, we wouldn't see different sides of it, would we?
To be fair, it was a whole hour.
It's 200.
No.
It's 238,000 miles. Yeah, of course it is. But what's that got to do with anything?
Just
But
believe
hold
that.
on, hold on. I feel when the sun comes, it doesn't even, on these animations, you can see a big termination line. Where the
Terminator
light.
line.
Yeah, the Terminator line. Yeah.
Terminator
I don't.
line,
I don't see that. I live in a small town in Stockholm, near Stockholm, small town. It's not big, but I live on a hill or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but I can see so far. I see when the sun comes.
Oh, this is Rick's favorite bit. The one bit that he did not want to address or even entertain that you can see so far.
It just looks like a local thing that lights up around it, and that's it. It doesn't look like a big ass Terminator line at all, man. And going back to what Brian said, it feels like it brings the heat with it, and after an hour or so, it moves away, and so does the heat with it. That should not happen if the sun is that far away and we're just spinning around. That shit should not happen.
What about the tilt, Vince? What
But why
about
can't
the
it?
tilt? What about the tilt, dude? Tilt's got to explain
Yeah,
it.
I think they're just. I think. Listen, I
before
think
we ask
they're
too many
just retro. Yeah, I just want to say this. I think they retrofitted whatever this plane is to a bullshit globe model. I don't know how it's done.
And they think the
My
whole
intuition
tilted.
is saying
We have
they
a tilt. We have a tilt on our
retrofitted it.
axis.
Huh?
We have a tilt on our axis,
The whole
23.5
world's
degrees.
tilted, right?
That determines the seasons as we orbit our sun.
They're plumb up
That's how we get
cover.
seasons.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay, let me
that's how
throw
we-
this.
No, not your hoppity hop bloody sun that goes on top of your bloody pancake. That doesn't work.
Wait, what's
It's not
moving
how
your sun?
nothing
What's-
is
what's
moving
moving
your
your
sun.
sun, man?
You can't explain. You can't explain what is moving your sun from tropic to tropic.
Danny,
You can't.
Danny,
All right,
do
Vince-
it.
Vince
Do
had a
it.
question.
Tell me.
But-
Tell me
but-
what's moving.
But the
Tell me
Big
what's
Bang
moving your
does.
sun.
Hold on.
What's
I
moving
believe
your
that.
sun, Danny?
I believe the Big Bang is just
Still no answer to that. Still no answer to why or how the sun is moving.
made up so that they can have a explanation to why everything is spinning and moving. A bullshit. The first time an explosion creates complex life. Think about how
That's what we are
stupid that is.
saying.
Think
A
about how
little bit.
dumb that is. That is incredibly dumb. Incredibly dumb. An explosion that creates shit.
All right, Rick's trying to jump in here, so go ahead. there,
That's
Rick.
just your personal Inca Julie, isn't it?
What?
All right, Rick, it's your turn. Let's get you in here.
Well, that's all been real fun, but I had to add two more to Brett on that because nothing showed the shape of the Earth. There was no discussion about it. What I'd like to do now is share my screen again. If I can get it up, it won't last long.
That's what she said.
You can go ahead.
Come on, the dick jokes is getting old, man.
You see, I told you.
I did.
I told you we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. It was fucking. It's like banging your head against the fucking wall sometimes, but the laughs were there, and yeah.
What are you talking about?
They're getting it up, man. It's getting old.
Now it's just making rounds now.
That's
I know,
Vince
but it's
always
getting
has that
old.
problem.
I get it. I
think you just have a dirty mind.
Oh,
It's
you
all right,
mean
Vince,
you?
they got
Yeah.
Viagra for that.
Yeah, that's good. They
It's
need that.
probably just me. It's
Viagra.
fine.
This is
All right.
right.
They need Viagra.
Whenever you're ready.
Uh,
Rick.
All right.
Oh,
This is a
man.
Here we
What's
go.
up?
I-
Okay. So this is now Rick's evidence with the. I thought it was a bridge at first, but it's not. It's power lines, I think it is. Or well, anyway, let's have a look.
I'm telling you, I won't last long.
So you see again, dick jokes.
I won't last long. It's
We get
just,
screen.
y'all have talked for the past what 30 minutes without me talking. So let me.
That's true.
Let me get in.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Rick, it's all
that's
yours.
Let me get in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. This is
All
a
right.
lake in Louisiana called Lake Pontchartrain. These transmission towers were seen. They're equal distance apart, equal height, and you can see if you get at the right angle, you can see them going over the curve of the water. This is approximately 16 miles. This has been done multiple times, and you can see where you can see completely to the other side where they have a big giant tower. This was found, and you can find these on Soundly on YouTube. Now, there's also a causeway that goes, I believe, 24 miles, and the causeway shows the same thing. The reason you don't see flat water, just look to the left. You cannot see a curve in the water. You have to have something above the water to gauge, like the Bedford level experiment.
Yeah.
These houses are all the same distance out of the water, all the same distance apart. The causeway is the same distance out except for the marine humps. And it plainly shows the curvature of water. So what y'all have been asking for the past 10 years, here it is.
Yeah.
That's
Beautiful
all
picture.
there is to it.
It's beautiful.
It's been done on film. It's been done by multiple people at the same time.
Amazing.
It's been done at night. And again, the only thing you're going to say is it's fake.
No.
Don't believe
I'm not gonna
it.
say it's fake.
Because, wait, I'm almost finished.
Oh.
Almost finished. All you have to do to see this is go there.
Yeah,
This is in the United
I live there,
States.
man.
And
For,
see-
for
no, okay. I almost finished. That was really nice. Thank you.
Bro,
I'm
it's
finished
just
now.
matter. You
All
already
right,
made your point. Can we respond?
Well, yeah, he
Yes,
just
I'm
wrapped up,
finished.
so
It
we'll
didn't
end the
take
screen
that
share.
long.
Can you hit play on that?
This is the thing is, you just wanted to explain, but they just couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to let Rick finish up and then respond. They had to get in there quick before he said anything else, because he might have said something that could, give him a different answer. So he's already got an answer in place. So to avoid changing his answer to something else, because, he might have said something to jeopardize it.
Please, so the audience can see.
No, it's just these
Yeah,
are just.
yeah.
Oh, they're
Just
screen
to-
captures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he could hit play, if you allow me to share, Ryan, and I'll show what he's trying to show is laughable. This is a glow-proof backfire.
All right. If you
And
want to share the original footage,
No, of course it is.
That's all right.
Yeah,
There's 50 or more films. I don't know what he's going to pull up. but
Yeah,
there's
a
multiple.
real one.
multiple-
One.
Many.
I'll show you what I'm
Many,
gonna pull up. Okay.
Rick, they're always going to be anti-globe. They're always
No,
anti-globe.
y'all just take everything
just-
for whatever it is. Okay. Now look here.
It's just what I
On the screen,
said.
Okay.
It's either fake or they don't believe it.
See
They,
this?
they have no.
Yeah, he emailed me that as well. He said, listen, it's either going to be fake or they don't believe it. And yeah.
They can't even get the right or left on the Antarctic Cup race.
I
So,
know.
I mean, it was
I know.
over. It
And
was
then,
over.
and then
at my
apparently,
presentation.
the stars, you've got to be the other side of the stars to see the other
See them
rotation.
cars there? You see them cars on screen? What is that? What's happening on screen? You think that the cars are climbing up a freaking 80-degree slope? Does that look compressed
Looks like
to you? Okay, we've
Yes.
already proved that he
Yes,
admitted
it's compressed.
these are
Yes.
compressed. It's
Yes.
compression.
Yes.
Okay, now
Yes.
let's complete. Okay, you don't have.
Do you know what? It's funny because there's a place called High Wycombe and they have a hill that goes down really steeply, and then you get to the bottom where there's some roundabouts, and then you go up another hill like that. So it's basically, it's doing that like a V shape. Oh, like a V shape like that. Yeah. So you go down and then you go up, and it's steep. When you're coming down one side and you look over, you can see how steep the hill goes up. But then when you're on the hill itself, it doesn't really look as steep as, as you saw it coming down on the other side.
I have to keep saying yes so nobody can hear
Well,
me, okay?
you keep asking, so I keep answering.
So look at here, okay? That image is compressed, okay? And if you completed that curve you had on screen, you'd get a Planet Louisiana, okay? Bro, y'all are just accepting. Here's in your own picture, you look at the horizon and it's flat as a pancake, man. You think we live on a cylinder? Y'all just take Soundly and all these things and just take surface level horse shit, man. If you dug into a little bit deeper, you'd see that we have crushed all of these observations. See that horizon? See that bridge? Okay, now look, see that? That's the causeway.
Really
that's the
big.
causeway.
The Earth is
24 miles, bro.
really big.
Yeah, the Earth is really big. We're literally like ants on a really big fucking ball that maybe we could fucking hold. It's gonna look flat. It is. It's just gonna look flat. But it's over the curve is when you realise that the actual Earth is curving. When boats go over, or buildings are hidden, or bridges that go over. This is the thing, is they'll just spout a lot of nonsense thinking that, we've proved this, proved that. I don't think Brian even brought up anything to prove that, horizon-wise, that it's flat. He just showed images and said that it's flat without actually... if he zoomed in, even though on a flat Earth there shouldn't be an horizon, but let's say if he zoomed right in, then past the point of where we think the horizon is, it should then carry on. If they claim that boats go over the horizon because of reasons, then when you zoom well in, and I mean well in, you should be able to see more of the sea beyond that. But you don't. You don't see it.
24 miles.
I hope I explained that right.
Bro, you see that? That's reality. That's not looking at refraction down low to the water.
Well, that's lovely curvature.
Why are y'all just, dude, y'all accept anything but reality. That's where you see that?
Hitting the top
Where's
of the
the
tower.
wait, where's the curve, bud?
5 feet up.
What happened to the curve?
Oh, I can explain that if you'll allow me to.
Yeah, Rick, go on.
Would you allow me? Give me, I don't know.
Yeah, I had to pay you back. Go ahead, Rick.
All right, let's let Rick
Would
in
you
here,
allow
guys.
me?
Go ahead there,
Here we
Rick.
go.
We'll give you
Okay.
some space here.
Everyone, listen.
We'll end the screen share.
Even
Look at
global-
that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I did the
No,
wrong
no.
thing.
Okay. Now, go lower. Bring your drone lower to about 6 foot and zoom in on a boat and see if it's going over the horizon. And it probably will be. If it's further enough. If it's far enough.
No.
It will only take less than a minute.
What the hell is this? Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. So sorry.
And I'll explain this, and I'll also answer it for Globers that don't know this. Okay. If you take your hand and stick it out in front of you, this is going to simulate your eye height and how far you can see the horizon. And if you move your hand in a semicircle around the side of you, just like this, that's how far you see in every direction. The horizon is not a straight line. The horizon is the distance you see. If you're in the middle of the ocean in a boat, the horizon is an equal distance around you. It's not a straight line. And I can present this whenever you get ready. Thank you.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
wanted to do another screen share in a second there, that's fine, Rick. But Danny, you wanted to jump in here, and then we'll go around the panel there and give our thoughts. Well,
It's so much. It's so much dirt. It's so much. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to regather my thoughts at the moment. They just don't get it. They don't get it. We're showing them pictures. We're showing them evidence and everything. I showed them a picture of 3 boats, and one was clearly behind. Unless people are drowning and they need help, and the Coast Guard's coming out, or a helicopter's coming to save them, it shows curvature. It just does. And you know, I honestly thought they're going to bring refraction into it, but refraction is a thing. So because I was expecting the the black swan to come up, because I think
Danny.
Vince done that last time. But-
Danny, do you think if it was
Can
the
I-
other way? Huh?
Can I finish? Ryan said I could finish showing the.
Well, let's
The-
just let Vincent in right
Okay.
quick. Just you
No,
can
but
leave
if
the
he's
screen share.
if he has this screen there, then go for it.
Oh, we're all being so
Right.
polite. That's great. All right, go ahead there, Rick.
This,
No, but it's efficient. Yeah.
right. This is the side view of the causeway where the horizon appears. They're always asking us, well, wouldn't it dip over the edge? Well, if you have an equidistance object like the causeway above the water, it actually does, because as I said, the horizon is a curved line around you. Imagine a hula hoop. So, but where the causeway is straight. So, as I'm showing you right here, this straight causeway is dipping on both ends.
Right. I think in a minute I'm that bored that I started to troll, especially Brian, because I thought it would trigger him the most. But I said about the 8 inches per mile squared thing about the flurfs, and I think it's coming up now. It's coming up.
It's not dipping on the horizon. It's well beyond
Then just wait for his response.
the horizon where each end is dipping.
Right.
Thank
Welcome to Flat Earth. Do we live on a cylinder?
Ah,
I think he was asking that as a question. If you wanted to respond.
welcome to Flat Earth. Do you know how stupid you look when you say
Everything
that?
y'all
You
presented
can't,
has been Flat Earth.
you can't just go, oh, welcome to Flat Earth.
Yes, I
You
can.
have
When
to,
you
like,
show
shut-
stars separating, I can say welcome to Flat Earth when you can't explain it. Stars
Yes, because
literally separating away from each other.
Ah.
You think that can happen if we're rotating. You didn't have an explanation. Everything y'all showed
we
has
are
been
on a ball. We're on a ball.
That's all you can
The
say.
Northern Hemisphere, up north, anti-clockwise, stars, Polaris. Southern
Everything
Hemisphere.
you've shown-
the
Why
Southern
should a
Cross.
ball have a north and a south? Why should a ball have that?
What?
What do you mean?
Why should a ball have north south?
If I went
It's a
digging,
ball.
What,
if
north, what, northern
Danny,
and south, what, the
Yeah, why should it
hemispheres?
have it? Yeah, but it makes more sense
We
that
have,
it's
we have the equator that
Danny, if
separates
I
both.
dug a hole, would I come out? If I
And the
dug a hole
equator, the
straight through,
stars
would I
are
come out
different. The
deeper?
stars are
yeah.
So
I said this
now-
with
no.
MacToon. You know, if you dig down and if you could,
Now, I've mentioned this a lot during the thing, during this reacts, and I keep going on about the star trails, and it's really just a dig at Brian because of his impossible explanation of how we're seeing different star trails on a whole flat Earth that he literally put on the screen, where there's no daytime and nighttime. Apparently, that's meant to be all nighttime. The Earth, the whole Earth is in nighttime. To see, oh, fucking, that sounds fucking crazy to even say. I can't carry on with that. I can't carry on with that.
you dig
Jeez.
down past the core, and then if you continue digging with this machine drill, you would have to make a 180 flip, you know, at some point to dig up now. Like there would be some weird fucking flip because now you have to drill up now,
And worse
right?
than that, if I started down if I started a hole like at a 1 degree angle, just straight down, you'd get deeper and deeper in reality. In their world, if you started a hole at a little angle like a tunnel, you'd pop back up 69 miles away. That's just ridiculous. Everything
Yeah.
y'all shown has been flat earth proof.
Think about
You know what, right? I wonder if Brian is that fucking high that he will peel his he will peel his wallpaper off just to eat those fucking mushrooms. I bet you.
how retarded it is, what you guys believe. It's absolute retardness. Oh, can I say that?
Okay.
Retardness, I mean.
So the star trails that I showed in my presentation, the boats that clearly went over the horizon, the blink test that Resmetric did in Tampa Bay, in Florida, showing the buildings obscured by the horizon and then brought back again.
Oh, I thought the horizon didn't do nothing. I thought I showed my presentation the horizon moving around, and now,
But you
now, all, of a
saw
sudden,
that-
now all of a sudden,
but-
now all of a sudden,
No.
the horizon has all this meaning. when
No,
it's
you
a
saw
blink
the
test.
blink test. Saw the blink.
Now, I don't know what's going on here. Looking back at it now, look, literally, he showed the horizon moving. What did he? He showed so much fucking derp. I'm lost. I'm lost. But now, at this point, I'm answering what I believe he's trying to say or ask. Because at this point, I have no idea. It was at this, we were coming to the end and I was losing the will to live. And I thought I'd just troll a bit, but.
Test when he
You
filmed
saw
it,
Skunk Bay,
and it was
didn't you?
underwater. The buildings were underwater.
You saw Skunk Bay with the mountain, the same place as the top of the mountain at the same place the horizon was at the start of the time lapse, bro. Now you're trying to use that as some kind of evidence after just dismissing it when I showed it. Ridiculous.
Yeah, because your evidence was absolute fucking carnage. We did a blink test. There's buildings behind the horizon, behind the curvature of the earth. There's buildings missing. Like the bottoms of them are missing.
Evidence of evidence of
Pretty
curvature. Yeah.
Can I say this?
Evidence
Can
of
I
curvature.
Can I say
There is
this?
slight refraction, but you know.
Sure thing. We got
Let's say-
40 minutes left of open discussions, so yeah. if
Okay,
you wanna
okay.
Jump in there.
Let's say.
Sorry, how
let's
long?
40
say.
minutes.
40 seconds.
Oh, 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
getting
wow,
to
I
the
didn't
end. I
even
mean,
get
if you
into
guys
the
want to go,
Antarctica.
if you want to go for another round, we can certainly.
No,
set
no,
another-
sir, please, no.
He went too fast. He went too fast, man.
You went so fast. Look at that.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so
Well,
yeah.
okay.
I'm waiting for my
I'll tell
first
you what then.
question to be answered. though.
Can I just say this? Can I just say
Let's
this?
let Vincent in here, guys.
If it was the other way around, let's say we didn't have these NASA people, these technologies, these wizard words from these scientist priests. If it was known in society that the Earth was flat, and then somebody like you came with all of your bullshit excuses for all these bullshit stuff that you tried to make us believe, would you have ridiculed the fuck out of those things, or would you have accepted them? Meaning, the consensus is it's flat, and then here I come with all of these things about the globe, like trying to convince you it's a globe with all of these stuff that you guys bring up, the things you can't verify yourself. You just have to have faith in me and shit like that. Would you believe it? You would not believe it if I came and tried to convince you it's a globe when you thought it was a flat world.
Yeah.
Unless it was for technology and these scientists and these governmental people telling you it's a globe. You're living in a
Vince, they
you
didn't
are
say-
brainwashed.
All right,
people.
so let's let them respond to that question of
Would y'all
kind
think
of
your
putting it
world's
into a
tilted?
faith-based.
Yeah, would it think
idea.
it's spinning four different ways?
Do you think
I
that's
don't
a
know.
fair criticism? Let's hand it back to Danny.
Thing is, he's just going back to the conspiracy sort of thing as well, with people lying or if you know, making a scenario where if you didn't know this and wasn't told that, then it's not really evidence, is it? It's just we're here to have a chat and a debate about the shape of the Earth. I don't know how this is a debate, and you can't keep bringing stuff up like that. You just can't. Come on, Vince, mate.
Do you know what? I don't know what the hell we were talking about.
Yeah.
What
I have no
what I'm
idea
saying
he's
is,
gonna-
if
I think
everything was
we're trying
known to be flat, if everybody knew it was flat, and there was no technology, no scientists, this and that, and I came and told you, listen, it's not flat. It's actually a ball, and it's tilted, and it's spinning 1,000 miles per hour, and then it's rotating around that little thing, that little local sun. You think it's a local sun? It's not local sun. It's 260 million billion light years. I don't know what the fuck they say.
93
All
million.
of these fucking excuses you are bringing to us. Would you have believed me if I was the Globie and you were the flat and there
Sorry, I
was
didn't
no
mean that.
scientist priest telling you this whole fucking fairy tale? I could just say you wouldn't
Depends.
believe me.
It depends.
You wouldn't believe me.
Well,
Because
depends if there was
you would
evidence
say
on the side
that's
of it, but-
bullshit. Yeah. Anyway.
Y'all are funny, man.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap
You know
up. Oh, did
Do
you
you,
want?
do you know what? I'm sorry, Brian. There's something I wanted to mention.
Okay, I think I mentioned here because I remember mentioning it at the end. It's about the final experiment. I think Brian says something very interesting here. I can't remember what it was though, but let's find out what it was.
it is quick. I just want a response from both Vince and Brian. The final experiment, right? If they go down there, and in my evidence I showed you the 24-hour sun. If they go down there and they see the 24-hour sun, would that convince you to change your mind back to the globe?
That would rule out a North Pole centered flat Earth, but like I showed at the beginning and in the middle, equatorial centered AE map predicts that.
Right. Okay. So, did you hear that? This is interesting, and I'm going to do some digging about this, and maybe find a flat Earth debate after the final experiment that Brian was in, and see if he would actually contradict himself on his belief, basically. So what Brian has said there is that he strongly believes that it is an AE map, because he mentioned with the shit in the middle, whatever the fuck he said, it's gone past my head now. But he believes in the AE map. Now he's saying that if it's 24-hour sun down there and it's proven, then that blows his whole concept of what he believes the world is. That he, the AE map that he believes in will now be destroyed if the 24-hour sun was proven in Antarctica. So I'm interested to know now, because the AE map is now disappeared. No one believes in that. Flirts can just pick and choose. Flirts can pick and choose what model or what situation they want to be in once something like this with strong evidence debunks them. So now, because the 24-hour sun now debunks the AE map, if you don't know, is the ice ball, basically. Remember the one he showed me with the two different star trails and the red equator thing? I want to know now, because he can't believe in it now. Because he just said. So, what type of flat Earth does he believe in now? Maybe infinite? The infinite plane? Maybe.
Yeah, it would rule out the AE map, the North Pole centric AE map, to be honest.
And I must say, the name is very suspicious. The final
now we're coming to the conspiracy bit side of things as well.
Experiment.
Maybe it's not a conspiracy thing, but it's just he's got doubts. He's got doubts about why it's called the final experiment.
Sounds very weird. Like, we do this and it's over, okay? You shut up. If we prove to you this, you shut up from now on. That alone makes me very suspicious. Daddy government. I don't trust daddy government like you guys do.
Add that to loaf of bread.
All right, we are already over.
You love daddy government.
All right, we're already a little over time, guys. So yeah, we're gonna get into those audience questions because those can push us into.
Basically, they didn't answer the question.
No, I said it would.
All right, one second there, guys. Hold on. I don't want to put everybody.
Not even the first one, left or right side of the boat.
Am I gonna have to mute everybody? I'm gonna have to mute everybody just to get into these questions.
Rick really wants his question answered, and they're still dodging it. Oh my god.
Guys, 1 second, everybody. Just chill for 2 seconds. So I'm just going to address the audience and go over the poll, and we're going to ask those questions because
poll time. I think I won the poll, actually.
You guys seem to definitely still have lots still that you want to get into, and that's exciting. That means that, like I say, the audience is going to get some unpacking here. So we have almost 700 votes. Once I get 700, I'm going to end the poll here. We got 55% voted a globe, 25% voted for flat, and then 20% said a loaf of bread. They're not playing by the rules. Nonsense. Anyways. All right, so we're having fun. Let's carry into those questions. If you have a question for any of our speakers, you want to push our conversation into some new territory, that's going to happen naturally as we go through these questions anyway. So I think Rick is just taking a moment there. Right. So yeah, once again,
the bit where I said about the 8 inches per mile squared thing, I think I said it as a joke when a question came in. But we'll carry on now. We'll just go to the first question, and then we'll call it a day. The question side of things is it was mainly for the flat earthers. We got asked maybe 5-6 questions, and it was mainly flat. I'm not going to sit around here and react on that, but I'll do the first question.
Again, if
Because it was directed to me. Because I'm special. And you love me.
you haven't already hit the like button, if you don't know how YouTube works, hit the subscribe.
Yeah, if you haven't already hit the like button and subscribe to my Rumble or YouTube, wherever you're watching this on, please do. Drop me a sub, and I'll forever be grateful for it. And like the video as well, and leave me some comments as well. Why not?
Notification bell, make sure you get our alerts, all that good gravy. LJ is asking the first question. He says, Danny Turner, why you use a CGI painting in your intro? And then in capitals he says, fool.
CGI.
They love CGI. But hey, I'm half with you.
So my mic cut out then. I said, what CGI?
I hold on, I'm a bit confused. What's CGI?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
So,
Oh, wait there. I think it was when I in my presentation I showed the blue marble. I think it might have been the blue marble.
You like them balls, Danny.
I've watched I'm a big fan of MDD, and I know LJ is a big supporter, and I'm sure the Jupiter question is going to come up soon.
Danny, you like balls. Danny,
oh
you
my
like
goodness.
balls.
No, we're not doing that. All right, free Palestine. The grab.
So, yeah, so on the question side of things, it's mainly the flat earthers that get questions thrown at them. But there was a question directed to me about the CGI. That was from LJ. He's a big supporter of NDD. And he brings up stupid questions like Jupiter and... what was the other one? And the helicopter. He brings up the helicopter one as well. So, yeah. Well, that's it. There you are. And yes, so I just want to thank everyone who was watching. I do appreciate it. Let's get rid of this 1 second because it's doing me head in. Hang on. All right. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone who tuned in to watch this. So this happened a year ago to this date, on the 24th of November. And I planned this about a couple of months ago. I spoke to Hannah and I said, look, I'm going to do an anniversary for my first ever debate on the topic of flat Earth and the globe Earth and you know, and I remember messaging James and I'd be like, look, I'm up for a debate. Now, knowing that, my knowledge was not great, but I gave it a shot. I went up there and I had fun. That's what I did. I joined the panel and I had a bit of fun. And you know what? I met Vince, and Vince is a lovely guy, and we get on well. And so I'm grateful for that. Like I said, I wouldn't be here talking to you if it weren't for Vince. So, he plays a big part in the channel and how it's progressed and how, and my confidence in sort of streaming as well. He gave me a platform to practice on and to, express and get better on my chat and everything. But it's not actually working at the moment. I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired. So thank you, Vince. But it was. I had a good time. I really did have a good time. Once the questions were done, and after, they shut the channel off, but the channel was still going. And all four of us had a good chat at the end. Rick didn't stay for long. Rick stayed for about 5 minutes and he left. And then Brian followed. And then me and Vince, it was just me and Vince. And we had such a great fucking chat. Nothing to do with Flat Earth and Globe Earth. It was literally, we had a really, really good chat. And that's when he invited me onto his channel on Rumble. And I appeared as a guest. And here I am now. So there we are. 1 year on. And do you know what? I haven't seen that in so fucking long, like I said. And it was good. It was good reacting to it. I really enjoyed it. Other than that, if on my YouTube and Rumble, the links are in the description, I believe. I think I put them in. If not, I will. And drop me a sub, like the video and comment and support the channel. I've got more content coming out, more reacts coming out. And I've got more DTV coming out as well. That's going to be good. More real time, you name it. I've got a lot of content to come my way. So I'm going to leave you there because I am tired. So I want to thank everyone for coming out and watching me rabbit on about my first debate. And it's been good. It's been great. I've really enjoyed myself. But it's time for me to go. So once again, subscribe, like, comment, and all that crap. Support me. Love me. Just love me, for fuck's sake. Anyway, I'm going to go. So big thank you to you. And I want to thank, again, the guests as well that appeared on the debate. Rick, Brian, and Vincent. So a big shout out to them. If you are subscribed to them, then, you know, that's cool. If you're not, look them up and subscribe to their channels. And the Earth is a globe. Good night. Cheerio.
Let it roll.